Hello and welcome to Friday Night Social on Politics Social. Sorry I was a bit late getting started there. It was all Mike's fault, wasn't it, Mike?
Oh, pick on the cancer boy. Let's do that.
No, it was my fault. Sorry. Obviously, I've just got back from Liverpool, where I went yesterday to see me dad. So, yeah, bit discombobulated, but, you know, got everything set up. Got Hans Gruber here, still falling out the tower. And as Scott, you'll appreciate this, as our friend John Mortar pointed out today. Today's the day when Americans actually get the date right, because it's the 12th of the 12th. So they know which way round it goes on this day, but none of the other days, just this day. Maybe once a month. Maybe once a month, eh, Scott?
I would say it happens once a month.
Yeah. So before we crack on and crank one out, we're gonna say hello to everyone in the chat. We've got some guy called Mike Dix in there. Who do you reckon that is, Mike?
Oh.
Hi, Mike. You sound cool.
How are you in the
really
chat?
cool.
And there at the same. You're like in two places at once. That blows my mind. And Andy wants to know: is there going to be exotic dancing girls? No, Scott. No, Scott. No, stop it. We're having questions about exotic dancing.
Look at the face on Scott.
It's not
Scott
impressed.
doesn't know what he did last week. He was absolutely. He's on
I
some
know exactly
substance.
what happened.
I know what you did last social. It's got to be a horror movie.
Yeah, right.
Hasn't it?
I remember very well. I did it. I remember.
Andy says that Mike is a wizard. I think he'd make a very good wizard. I think he'd make a very good boy wizard with those glasses on.
Yes.
Yes. Should we remake Harry Potter? But just make everyone
No,
trans.
someone else is already doing
No,
it.
make everyone trans. Come on, it will.
Oh, that'd be brilliant,
Drive
yeah.
up the fucking
And with
Harriet
the beard.
Potter.
Harriet Potter.
With the beard, I could be Harry Potter.
Harry
That would work,
Potter.
wouldn't it?
There's lots of Harry Potters, but just just upset the J.K. Rowling woman, the J.K. Jelly. Anyway, what was this? Pete says, "Not my king" in capital letters. Mike, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to break this to you, but you're not Pete's music's king.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I be his wizard? Is that okay?
Yeah. I think there's a position for wizard available that you may want to take up.
Good.
Excellent.
I'll be round Pete's on Christmas Eve dressed as a wizard.
Hey, excellent. Good to hear it. Right. Before we crack on, so I just want a big hello to everyone in the chat. We've also got Yuri in there and Martin. Daily Blase is there as well. Hi, Darren.
Oh.
And we've also got Pygmalion and Lost Missionary. And if you'd like to join our friends in the chat, and we know that half the people watching this, stop yawning you, half the people watching this are not subscribed. So please, if you're watching, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It does make a difference. One click of your mouse can make a huge difference, and to a little ginger person's life. And hit the bell notification icon. The bell was on you then, Scott. It just clicked on you. There's like a big bell on your t-shirt.
That's normal.
It just tapped on the bell end. It just went like that.
Yeah.
With one thing. Anyway, so thanks to everyone for coming along tonight. And what would you like to start talking about? Do you want to actually talk about politics, or do you want to talk about what you've been up to?
I don't care.
Because if you want to talk politics,
We got a lot to talk about.
TikTok, Mr. Trump. The Epstein files need to be released in the next few days.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
Scott
It's going to be dripped out like it is being now. It's ridiculous, stupid.
I
Have you
just
seen the
made
pictures?
a graphic of the Epstein advent calendar because the Democrats just seem to be putting something out every day on the run up to Christmas, don't they?
They do. I'll go and grab that so I can show people. What do you think, Mike? Do you think this is going to be the downfall of Trump?
I'm not sure that the drip strategy is going to work, really, because I think it just, as long as they keep putting this out, and the story has run and run, hasn't it, really, for nearly a year? I mean, longer, really, in reality, but in the mainstream media, a year. I think everybody in his base just thinks it's over with, it's done with. I mean, in their heads, they've convinced themselves that he was an FBI agent working to uncover all of these people, and all of these photos just reveal that he was there.
He was doing the job.
doing the job. He was on the job permanently. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, look, it looks to me like Epstein estate is they're releasing photos, but they are literally just photos of meetings and parties and whatever. There are no young girls in the majority of those pictures. As
Well,
far
how
as
do
I
you
can
know?
tell.
The faces are blacked out. You can't tell.
Well, that's true. That's true.
They might be. You don't know. They might be there on the beach with like 7,
I'm not-
12-year-olds.
I'm
Like
not
a
suggesting
big
this is
nonce.
the right answer, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is I just think
It's an answer.
he's going to start a war with Venezuela as soon as the bad stuff comes out, and we'll
Like in that Dustin Hoffman film,
move
Wag
on.
the Dog, where he
Wag the
starts a
Dog.
war. Has anyone noticed? I think Jon Stewart did a whole thing about this. Has anyone noticed the similarities between the rhetoric around Venezuela and the rhetoric towards Iraq 22 years ago?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is. They're talking about weapons of mass destruction. They're saying it's not about the oil, but then they're saying it's about the oil. They're talking about what a bad man he is, because he's just like Saddam Hussein. He's a bad
There's
man.
also,
People don't like him.
don't you find it really? It's like everything in the world at the moment. You kind of go, "Oh, I'm on that team," and then that team lets you down in some way, shape, or form, doesn't it? So we've had all this business about the Nobel Peace Prize, where everyone's going, "Yeah, of course, the Nobel Committee are not going to give the Peace Prize to Trump," and then they give it to a right-wing opposition leader from Venezuela, and then she gets smuggled out of Venezuela. Apparently, the guy that smuggled her out, the ex-marine or whatever he is, put a call into the White House to ask that they don't bomb any boats in the Gulf because she was heading out on a fishing boat in order to be exported. But then you look into her politics and you go, oh, hang on, the Nobel Committee seem to be encouraging a coup.
Yes.
And Trump is trying to start a war. If you did think he was playing some level of two-dimensional chess even, basically, you'd go, well, maybe he was just bleating on about the Nobel Peace Prize so that she got it, so that makes Sarah figure that they can all rally around after they start invading Venezuela and they just go and put a puppet in Venezuela.
Yeah. Oh,
And
it's
the
all a big
Swiss-
grim, isn't it?
How much do we trust the Swiss to do anything basically
Swiss?
during a war?
The Swiss?
Well, that's the FIFA business, isn't it?
Oh
It's
God,
like-
the FIFA people. So it's the Swiss, the Swedes, and the Norwegians. I mean, just oh God, it's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna bring up your lovely advent calendar. Wake up, Scott. We need to get Scott.
Sorry, guys. I don't know
What's the
going on.
opposite
I'm
of Valium?
tired.
What's the opposite of cocaine? We need to get him some cocaine. Has anyone got any cocaine down the pants? Go on, deliver it to Scott's place. Advent calendar here of Epstein photographs. There's and Trump each day, and there you can see quite some famous photos. I'm sure more will emerge. I would personally like to know how the door for number 9 managed to have a picture in that was only released today.
Who?
How did that happen? Mike, are you a time traveler?
I've got access to all the files.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
It's
fair enough.
It's me releasing
The
them.
picture already existed because it had Epstein in, and obviously he killed himself.
You're mistaking me for somebody that I can't believe that you've noticed that. Basically, I just threw a bunch of pictures at it to get it out really quick. Obviously, it's out of order.
Obviously. Sorry. It's okay, Mike. It's okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
No, this is why you're my proof checker. But
the worst type of proofreader is someone who reads your entire book, doesn't suggest any corrections, and says it lacks emotion.
Yeah.
That's the worst type of proofreader. You don't want.
Could you zhuzh it up a bit?
Yeah. I don't know what to do with this. Thank you very much to Yuri. In fact, for the first super chat of the evening, £5 super chat. I'm an equal opportunities politically. I hate everyone. Now get off my land. Thanks very much, Yuri.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you. And you're right. Yeah. I think we should hate them all, but I think we should hate some more than others, especially
West Streeting.
Yeah. And that what's that little twat called? The one with the bollock for a face. You know,
West treating.
no, he's got a balloon. He's got a twatty balloon as a face. What's the bollocked face foghorn guy? You know, with the frog eyes. And
Is it
nicotine.
Was it? He used to be quite popular, wasn't he? Nigel Lineker, wasn't it? Something like that. I don't know.
Planer? No, he was in the young ones.
He played for UKIP in the World Cup finals in 2015.
Fucking disgrace. Where is he now, eh? Where is he now? I bet he's just sitting in the house, in some house in the south of France, like just, counting all his money. Dirty bastard.
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely. Anyway, listen, we haven't got any confetti set up, so I'm going to set up some confetti if someone wants to drop in some super chats throughout the evening. You've got all bags of time. We've got 2 hours. 2 hours! That should be enough
we're
time,
going for 2 hours.
Well, no, not necessarily, says Scott, yawning again.
Sorry.
He just wants to show everyone his tonsils. He's like, check these motherfuckers out.
Still got him, dude.
Yeah,
I think I need a Chewbacca sound effect. So every time that Scott does that, we can use Chewbacca sound. Nigel
it's
Clapton.
Not intentional.
So have you had a long week, Scott?
Very
long week.
Yeah. I went to a Christmas party this week, which was it was pretty cool. It was held in fabric. So yeah, and work has it's been heavy. It's been full on, and I'm in the middle of a depression. So yeah, I don't sleep, and yeah,
so you're having trouble sleeping as well?
Yes. I keep waking up at like 3 a.m. and not getting right back to sleep, and then waking up again at like 5, and then sleeping till like 7, and then like rushing to get up and get to work. And so my sleep
sounds like my sleep pattern at the moment.
Yeah, it's really fucked. No, you guys don't.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We care about you, Scott.
Yeah,
my trip. I came back from Spain, and I think I came back more anxious than I did when I left. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but true. And it is what it is. Yeah.
I kind of want to whisk you away. Was there a TV show where they used to just give people holidays? Was it Don't Forget Your Toothbrush? Where they just say, go on. Off you go. Like
something like that.
I'd love to do that.
It's Friday night. One of these 3 people will be whisked away to an island off the coast of Panama tonight.
Yeah.
Don't forget your toothbrush, Scott.
Don't forget your toothbrush. And your butt plug.
I don't actually own one.
Do you have a butt plug?
Nah.
We're now back to the
plugging. Oh God,
we're now back to the phase. We're now back to the phase where Mike feels uncomfortable with these conversations.
Oh, sorry, Mike. This is like I interviewed a stand-up comedian back in the 1990s. I've forgotten which one. He's probably quite famous now, but we were talking about because he had a stand-up gig and he made a joke about Brighton being full of gay people, and it wasn't like a nasty joke. It wasn't like, oh, Brighton, what a terrible place, it's full of gays. It's just like, yeah, it's well known there's a lot of gay people in Brighton, as like a matter of fact thing. And
is that true? I didn't.
Yes, it is, Mike. That's why you go to the gay bar.
It's a good job I don't go out the house
with a different
often.
Man. Anyway,
if I'd known that.
Yeah, but he said so. I kicked off in the audience and then stormed out and got really offended by it. I didn't really get it. I didn't really understand why they were so offended. We were talking about it. I was interviewing him after the gig, and he said it's very difficult because you could tell a joke about like changing a light bulb, and then someone in the audience would be like, "My uncle died. He electrocuted himself changing a light bulb. You insensitive bastard!" And I only say this because someone may or may not have died in the last couple of days, not plugging their butt. Or changing a light bulb, but perhaps putting a flag on a lamppost. And I'm not going to laugh about it. I'm not going to make any sick jokes or anything like that. But I mean,
Mike has frozen.
I've got a friend. Sorry, what?
Mike has frozen.
Mike is frozen. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Oh God, I've offended Mike. Maybe he died putting
that butt plug in it.
Butt plug. He was putting up a flag on a lamppost with a butt plug in. Anyway, as we're saying, so yeah, one of my friends on Facebook put up. This is months ago. This is back in the summer, maybe. I think it's like August when this flag shagging nonsense started.
It was July or August, yeah.
Yeah. And he wrote on Facebook, someone's going to fall off the ladder doing this and kill themselves, and it'll be the first.
True.
It'll be one for the Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
And they just reposted it today. You know what I mean? It's just like, for fuck's sake, why are you doing this? Why are you putting your life on the line to show your adoration of Nigel fucking Farage? Because it's not about the country. They don't give a fuck about this country. They don't give a fuck about the community because they're bringing down house prices by putting these flags up everywhere. And, Windows decided to reboot and update mid-Zoom call, says Mike. Which is awesome. Oh, cool. Rachel should be joining us soon, which is nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I like I say, I don't want to see anyone come to any misfortune. I'm kind of a nice guy like that, but how about you don't stick your head in the crocodile's mouth? How about you don't do that? All right? Because if you do, it's very sad because you die. But, also very stupid because you knew you weren't supposed to put your head in the mouth of a crocodile.
It is true. It is true. And, it was bound to happen.
Oh, my God. Darian, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Will all the lampposts be flown at half-mast now?
Don't start. That's amazing.
I'm not laughing. I
am.
Stop it, Scott. You're setting me off.
Oh, sorry.
We've got to be very diplomatic. Respectful. Diplomatic. So,
man, you know what? I'm going to put this out there into the world, okay?
Go on, do it.
And it's because I'm greedy.
Okay.
And it's completely unrelated to anything that we talk about on this channel. I want an Apple Watch for Christmas.
You want an Apple Watch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really cute. Like the game Apple, the Game & Watch game, Nintendo.
I want one. I want an Apple Watch.
Can I get you the little Game & Watch game on a watch?
I don't know what that
Apple.
is.
It was one of the first Game & Watch games. You like Donkey Kong and Mario Cement Factory. Nintendo made them before the NES.
That's not what
Spitball
I'm talking about.
Sparkle.
I'm talking about
Sparky?
an
Spitball
actual
Sparky.
Apple Watch because I want one and I've wanted one for ages.
Ooh, is it a watch made out of an apple? What?
All right.
No, what? Oh, you're infecting off. Says, I have an apple for you to watch, Scott.
Fuck all of you.
So
Fuck
go on.
you all. This is what I get for trying to be selfish.
So what do you want one of the viewers to send you an Apple Watch? Is that what you want? Okay, anyone out there got a spare Apple Watch?
It is my birthday on Monday, and I want a
It's your
fucking
birthday?
Apple Watch. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Look, see, I got a card. That's the card from work. Yeah, I got a card from work. They gave it to me on Thursday because I guess they didn't want my Monday to actually feel fucking special. I don't understand. I didn't get it. I was like, why? Why have you given me the card now? Well, I might not be in on Monday. Give it to someone who will be. Like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I was like, I've got my card though. So
you
yeah,
got your
I want
card.
an Apple Watch.
Okay, if I find an Apple Watch somewhere, like on the street or something, and I pick it up, I will definitely send it to you.
That'd be so awesome.
That's where I'll send it.
But listen, I've given this show, listen guys, I've given this show a year and a half of entertainment.
You have?
Pretty much every Friday.
You have?
For the single amount of nothing. I've received nothing from doing this. So this is going to be.
I didn't even buy you a drink. Did I not even buy you a drink?
You bought me a coffee.
I bought you a couffe. There you go, mate.
When we met. Yeah.
You just said nothing. But actually, the reality is I got you a coffee.
You didn't give me what I wanted, Graham. That was the problem.
Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. But I'm coming to see you next month, right?
Cool.
I'm coming down to the south to see all you Southers, right?
Yeah.
And I will buy you, right,
An Apple Watch.
second coffee. Oh, sorry, an Apple Watch. No, a second.
Tesla.
Tesla, fucking Tesla. And then we'll film it and be like my
cool.
super
I'm
sweet
learning how to
16. You'll be like,
drive.
I
That'd be
didn't
great.
want a Tesla. I wanted an Apple Watch. I hate you. You threw it everything. You storm off. Like,
Yeah,
rip your
that'd be
tiara off and throw it on the ground.
You didn't need to spend all this money.
I wanted was an Apple Watch.
All I wanted was an Apple Watch, and she wouldn't give it to
What
me.
does an Apple Watch do that
It
my
tells the time.
Casio remote control watch didn't do in the 90s?
It does on your heart rate though when you're like working out. It does your steps.
It expresses a certain economic and design status that's completely
I don't
unnecessary.
own, which is why I don't own one, and which is why I'm asking the audience to buy me one.
Did you not do the thing where you get? Can you use it as a remote control? Like, can you control a TV with it against the
Apple
TV's
TV.
will? Because that's what I could do.
Yeah.
My Casio watch that I had in school was the best because whenever it worked on TVs and VHS players.
I had one of those. The
Did you?
calculator,
Oh,
the
yeah,
TV
his little
controller.
calculator. Yeah, and it had like
Yeah.
7 different settings. And what you'll do is you'd run through each setting and press off until you got
Yeah.
to the right one, and it will turn the
And it-
telly off, and the teacher will be like,
And it had an infrared link so that
Yeah.
you could update it with your PC, and that also controlled TVs.
Well,
Yeah.
what does Apple Watches do? Let me have a look. Because
Nothing.
What?
Oh, you can get straps for them for 500 quid.
"Oh, Ruth's
That's
got an
nice.
idea for you, Scott, mate.
Ooh.
Set up a GoFundMe. I need an Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. And
Yeah,
if I
you're
do it,
American, so what you can do, Scott, I've got it, right? What you
Right.
need to do, go on
Yeah.
GoFundMe, right? Say that
Yeah.
you're American, right? And you need the money for medical expenses, right? Because everything's got more expensive now because of Trump. And everyone will feel sorry for you.
Mhm,
Yeah.
And then
mhm.
you say you've got to buy a dialysis machine, and then when you get it, it's actually an Apple
It's
Watch.
an actual Apple Watch. I'm sorry about it.
And you're very, very right wing.
You need the money because you're very right wing. And you keep
Yeah, that's a good
getting
one.
cancelled, like Donald Trump, he got cancelled, and Nigel
Yeah.
Farage, he got cancelled, and
Nobody
Jimmy,
watches
Jimmy
your.
Carr. Jimmy Carr was on LBC
Oh,
today
he got
telling everyone
cancelled,
how
didn't he?
cancelled he was.
yeah, he's so cancelled. He
Fuck
went all the way
off,
to
bro.
Saudi Arabia to tell all the people in Saudi Arabia how cancelled he was.
Yeah, I know. It's
He got paid
amazing,
£1 million
isn't it?
to go and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus
The
Christ.
delusion of them. These
The
people.
delusion. But yeah, so the investigative material. So we're going to try and bring it back to politics here.
Yes, go on.
The investigative material that needs to be released by the
Apple Watch. Sorry, go on.
by the Department of Justice or the Dodge. It's legally required to release Epstein investigative material by the 19th of December. So that's in 1 week's time. So the clock is very much ticking. But Mike, I respectfully disagree
About what?
about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's shit. He just made it up as he went along. And the radio broadcast is different from the book, which is different from the movie, which is different from the TV show. He just couldn't make his mind up.
What the fuck are you talking about? Where did you go there?
Oh, sorry. No, I was disagreeing about something else. I think it's better that the Epstein stuff is drip fed.
All right.
I do actually like the
What
Hitchhiker's
was?
Guide to the Galaxy.
Hang on.
What?
What happened then?
I was trying to
Adams-
think
Hitchhiker's
of
Guide to the
something that we would
Galaxy.
disagree on, and I know that you're a big
I
fan
mean,
of Hitchhiker's Guide to
I
the
am
Galaxy, so I
shocked.
jumped on that.
massively upset that somebody that I thought was a friend seems to be mad as a hatter.
See, I was right. So yeah, that's right. Anyway, you're being affected off. God, that is. Do you know when you get like a sort of a moment where you just need a nice distraction to come in? Well, Yuri's just throwing me £5 at me. Thanks. Grab that. Jimmy Carr is what you get when Darren Grimes reaches puberty. He is a haunted ventriloquist dummy. He definitely is. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yes. An 8-year-old Samsung top of the range would be better than that piece of shit, says Oliver. Question mark. I don't know. They're having their own conversation. I don't know if they're. I don't know. I've got a Samsung watch, which I never use. You can have that if you want.
No, it's not Apple.
Oh. Jimmy Carr was in Liverpool I was in Liverpool last night. I could have.
stolen an Apple Watch for me, like your brethren?
Has stolen
What?
an Apple Watch and hidden it up Jimmy Carr's ass.
Well, what about yours? I would have taken it if it came from you.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Phil says Douglas Adams liked his tech too. There's an Apple Watch man through and through. Says
Sadly, he would have definitely been an Apple Watch owner. Definitely.
he did like Apple, didn't he?
He did.
Who?
Him and Stephen Fry were big Apple experiments. I'm not sure Douglas would have stuck with Apple once they became the
Evil mega
the monster that yeah, exactly.
The cult.
Well,
Tech cult.
You know what? It will help. It could help me with my sleeping. Do my sleep apnea notifications and hypertension notifications.
Yeah,
And
a wank would achieve that.
Yeah,
Scott.
that's like me. I don't toss and turn in bed. I toss and toss. Anyway, Scott.
Jesus Christ.
Scott.
That's worse than anything I've said ever.
Scott, you got sleep apnea. Have you got a
Yes.
mask? Have you got a mask to wear?
Yeah, do you want to see?
Yeah, go on. Get your sleep apnea mask. Do your Darth Vader impression. Dun 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 dun. Cumry says if they only built smartphones like they built Nokia 3210s or 3310s, 3310s, 3310s was it? 33, yeah. 3210s, 33. Yeah,
With a
absolutely.
Battery that lasted.
Battery
Can you imagine that
2 years.
we've got to a point in order to tell the time on a watch that you used to wind up, and then they discovered piezoelectric crystals, which meant just as you move your arm, it kept winding itself up and charging itself. And then we got to the point that in order to tell the time, you have to constantly remember to charge your
my God,
watch.
Look at this sex thing that he's got on his face here. Look at this.
What do you do with that, Scott?
I don't know.
What?
What is the other end
in like
connected
some
to?
kind of underground club?
This is one of those devices that
I want to breathe it in. Breathe it in. Darian DeStar, you absolute legend, Darian DeStar. Darian DeStar's just dropped a mega chat in. Thank you so much for that. That is so
Darian,
very, very kind of you, Darian. We really appreciate that. I gave the same amount to Graham and Mike last week. This is towards Scott's watch. Scott, you're going to have to send me your bank details, mate. I've got some money to give you. Scott, you just got 50 quid towards your watch. Scott, can you hear me? Scott? Scott, can you hear me? Come in, Scott.
Yeah,
hello,
I
Scott.
can hear you. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties.
Okay, you just got 50 quid towards your watch off Darian. Say thank you to Darian.
Shut the fuck up!
Darian just sent
Seriously.
50 quid towards your watch, mate.
Fuck him!
Yeah, we don't want
you
Darian
only
to
need
fuck off.
another-
Darian's very, very
Thank
nice.
you so much. Oh
That
my
is
You
so
only need
nice.
another 950 quid.
Brilliant. No, it's a good
You're
start, though. It's a good
serious.
start. Thank you very
No,
much,
I feel like I'm
Darian.
taking money from Graham.
But
That
no,
mask
it's
is
fine.
just mad.
I will have to deduct what Google take off me, but I'll give you the rest. Anyway, and I still owe you that second cup of coffee as well, so you quid's
Oh
in.
my god,
Yeah.
Darren. You did not have to do that. I was really kind of joking.
Were you really though? You seem quite adamant that you wanted an Apple Watch for Christmas.
Yeah, quite angry.
So is that a
I'm angry
Bane
about it.
mask or is it a Gimp mask? Is it what is it? What's going on here? Do your Bane impression? Gosh, I'm Bane from Batman. I sound like Jimmy Stewart in a goatse mask. Goatse mask. Sorry. Hello? Scott's gone again. Scott, come back.
Yeah.
I didn't mean what I said.
This is the kind of gift you get for Christmas when you say, "I'd really like to be able to give myself a blowjob."
I want you to put the end of the tube against the microphone and talk because I think it will sound funny. Say something like Darth Vader. Go on. Are you saying anything? I can't hear you if you're talking.
Would it be like if he's sealed up the end? He can't breathe. We are
Hello.
watching. We need to
no.
call 999.
Okay.
You can still pee through his nose. Hello. Go on. Tell us how you plan to rule the universe as father and son. It's not picking you up at all, mate.
It is.
I can't hear you.
How can you not hear me? I
don't
can
know.
hear
Put
me.
the end of the pipe on the microphone. See how
Like
that's done.
this? Like
Yeah.
this,
All
like
right, all
this,
right.
like
And
this.
say,
Oh,
Nigel
sorry.
Farage, what
I
a
was just
cunt.
patronising you, Scott. Sorry. Christ.
Say, Nigel
Nigel
Farage.
Farage is a cunt.
Oh, love it. That's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Can you not even hear my breathing? Listen.
I can hear you now. No, can't hear you breathing.
No.
No. You've probably got one of those fancy mics that takes away extraneous sounds.
Filters the sound.
Yeah. We need one of them for Nigel Farage. It just filters everything he says.
That
So
means
he's
you
just
won't hear his flatulence.
No,
flaps
just-
his mouth around and we don't actually hear what he says.
Just the racist stuff and the stuff Russia pays for. Therefore, it'll largely be silent.
Mmm. Mmm. Ah, it's all
Hi.
good. Mm.
Hold on.
Alvone wants to know what is going on. I don't know, Alvone.
We don't know.
What is going on?
Scott appears to be doing abstract art on this podcast now. Performance art. He's either naked in bed or in a gimp mask.
So naked, or I get the apnea mask out. When I
Scott and his
wear
comedy
well,
props.
you guys, when I wear the apnea mask,
Yeah.
I'm usually naked.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Where does
for
where
that
does
mental image.
where does
I
the end
sleep
of the
naked.
pipe go?
it goes to the machine that's by the bed,
Ah, okay.
and the machine is obviously plugged in. I'm not unplugging it just to bring the machine over.
Did
to
you
show
get a free
30
machine
seconds.
off the NHS?
Yes,
Oh my god! Don't tell Nigel Farage. He'll go fucking ballistic.
I know.
You
I
mean a
know.
foreigner got a free machine
I
off
know.
the NHS?
I don't deserve it. Well, no.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
But-
Chris C84, you have just walked into an episode of The Twilight Zone.
It's all gone mad.
Scary door.
I'm still really excited that Darren did that. That's so sweet, Darren. It really
It is. Darren is a very sweet man.
Never would I really ever ask like for something, you know. So yeah, to actually do that is really cool, and I really appreciate you, Darren. Thank you so
It's
much. I'll
very
suck your cock
nice
later.
of you.
But yeah.
Right, so is there any other stories this week? We've had far-right violence. There's been rising incidents. We've had Musk going that wants to destroy the EU, which is nice. We've got the FIFA World Cup pricing policy of it being £3,000 to go to the final.
5, I was reading today.
Is that
They reckon-
£3,000 or $3,000?
£3,000. It's over £3,000 for the cheap
Right,
seats. For the medium seats, it's 4,000. For the seats near the pitch, you know, outside, open to the elements, you might get wet. £5,000 more than £5,000.
And,
For a
that,
single
and
ticket.
was I reading that FIFA have launched their own ticket tout site in
Yes.
order for you to sell tickets to each
Yeah,
other?
because
and
it's
FIFA
illegal
take a
to
cut
resell
of the
tickets
profit?
for a football match. So yeah,
Unbelievable.
they're going to buy the tickets back if someone needs a refund, but they'll take away charges, so they'll probably only get half the amount back, and then they're going to
And are they-
resell them on their own tout site for like 10 grand.
Other, we got a.
That's soon to be illegal because that's what music companies say.
Oh, before we go on, we got
Blah,
another
blah,
super chat
CW.
from blah blah CW. Here's a tenner towards Scott's Crapple Watch. I like what you did there. Merry Christmas, everyone. Ho Diz, hi. Sorry, hi Diz, hi Diz, hi Diz.
I don't think
Do
that was
you
the right
think?
tune
Do you
for
think?
that
Do you think
song.
he'll hit the goal? If we hit the goal for my Apple Watch, we'll do a kafefe.
A cafefe. How much is an Apple Watch?
£900.
£900 for
No, they're
fucking-
not
I don't know.
£900.
a
They're not
fancy
900.
fucking bracelet.
I can get
Jesus
one refurbished.
Christ.
I get a refurbished one for about £300.
Why would someone refurbish that? Why don't they just like throw it away and get a new one?
Because
Get a watch.
you know, there's a whole refurbish sort of like.
I
Market,
thought Apple
right?
didn't like that. I thought Apple looked down on people, you know, keeping their products working for more than 18 months.
Probably,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, right? I
Yeah.
don't care. My phone is a refurbished phone, and I
My phone's a
Been looking-
refurbished phone as well.
yeah, I've been looking at Apple Watches, and how cool would it be to own one?
I don't know. I don't think you're talking to two Apple lights.
No, you don't care. I get it.
I
Somebody,
think that Apple's
a
rotten
friend,
to the
a
core.
very, very good friend. of
I
mine,
said
my
I
50th
think
birthday.
Apple is rotten to the core.
Yeah. We,
Oh, yeah, that was very
we
good,
absolutely-
very
Tell us
good.
about your friend.
No, hang on. Let me Sorry, just rewind a moment.
Tell us about your real friends,
Graham.
Mike.
You're
Thank
so
you.
funny.
Cheers,
That
thank
joke
you.
was
I'm here all week.
amazing.
All right.
Thank you
Anyway,
for
tell us
telling
about
the
your real
joke,
friends now,
Graham.
Mike.
Thanks for the joke.
Such a wanker.
So you were at
whatever. I said a joke. Go on and tell me about your friend.
Laugh at me. Laugh at my joke.
I'm a joke, you bastard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You didn't find it funny, so just go on then.
For my-
hang on.
For
Is this
my
a long
50th
story? Is this a long story?
No. Very quickly, for my 50th birthday, one of my best
Was
friends.
this
in
about
the world-
100 years ago?
Yes, it was about 9 fucking years ago.
Oh,
Sean.
harsh, Mr. Scott. 50 next year.
Brought me an Apple Watch, and I didn't have an Apple device to use it with.
So what did you do with it?
I
Stuck
traded
it up his
in.
bum.
And I traded it in. I traded it in for a gaming laptop. That's how much Apple Watches
Yeah, no.
cost
So
at the
I'm
time.
looking right. I'm on
So
Amazon, right?
You know, balancing it up, would a gaming laptop be better than an Apple Watch? Yeah.
I'm on my Amazon, right? And I could get a decent one for about £230.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, or I get an even better one for about £330.
I think the phrase is you can get one for £300, not necessarily that they're any good.
Oliver says, get Scott the gold £2,000 one with 256 gig worth, £2,000. Graham.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll
Graham
do
ain't
that.
gonna need
That's-
something like that.
That's what I make a month. So you're like,
Yeah,
my entire
literally
monthly
not
salary.
happening. Literally not happening. You don't even give a form.
Ms. Paula Thomas has dropped £5 into the Super Chat Fund. Thank you, Ms. Paula Thomas. Does that £5,000 include the immigration lawyers' fees? No. And here's the thing: there's going to be people who buy tickets and then they get over there and they get turned back at the airport.
Yep.
Because they
Are the
they
tickets
liked
won't.
something 5 years ago, which was mean about
are
Trump.
they the same price in Mexico and Canada? Is the pricing the same?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
sorry. No,
crazy,
no,
isn't
no,
it? 'Cause
no, no. I don't think it is. Sorry, I thought you meant for Mexicans and Canadians, but obviously they're playing matches in Canada, aren't they? I think they're
Yeah,
less.
but the games that are being played in Mexico and Canada, are they cheaper?
Well, they are because they're playing the rounds there and they're doing the finals in America. It's the finals that cost an absolute fucking fortune. Like that,
Right.
that number for the £3,000, £4,000, £500,000. That's for
Is
the
that
final.
for the finals?
That's for the finals.
That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it
But
makes
for
more
individual
sense.
matches, it's around £200, £300. But they're charging different rates depending on how popular they think the matches are going to be. So, like the England versus Croatia for the tickets to that are £100 more than the tickets for Scotland versus Haiti.
Almost everything about this I object to, starting from football.
Why don't you like football?
But
Mike?
I'm
Were you
being
forced
tempted
to-
by this.
were
I'm
you
being
forced to have
tempted by these
football as a kid?
numbers. I'm being tempted by these numbers. So you're saying they'll pay me £5,000 to sit there and watch 22 men running around in shorts? I totally get Scott would pay £5,000 to see that.
I wouldn't pay £5,000 to do that.
I prefer the women's football.
I prefer rugby.
Yeah,
I like rugby as well.
totally, Scott. Totally.
League or union?
I don't
Union.
care.
I like
Union.
both.
I like the men's.
Yeah, but that's because you're from where is it?
Homosexual land, yes.
The north.
I just like sports. I mean, I just like it when people get excited about stuff. You know,
Really?
enthusiasm is
I definitely get
infectious.
excited watching rugby.
Just look at it was the crocodile guy, Steve Irwin. You know, he just got everyone excited about stuff because he was so excited about it. He got me. I thought, oh, do you know what? I'd love to have a baby so I could just dangle it in front of a crocodile.
Lord.
He was just so excited. I mean, look at Michael Jackson when he dangled that baby off the balcony. He was dead excited.
Yeah,
He was like, look at my
very
baby!
excited.
I'm going to dangle it over peekaboo over
Did
a
you not
balcony.
see that? I had my arms around that baby. I had my arms around my baby, my child. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. I wasn't going to let it go.
You're so ignorant.
These people are
good
just so
impression.
ignorant. They're so mean. They're so ignorant.
You're so ignorant.
Ignorant.
Just to bring us slightly up to date, rather than a
They're just ignorant.
current affairs story from 1989 or whatever it is we're now discussing.
You guys are just ignorant.
Bit of
I
good
think I got
political
Graham on
news.
that one.
A bit of good
done.
political news for the week, because otherwise we're just going to go around on Trump and everything else, right? So, the Australian Prime Minister the new Australian Prime Minister.
Yes.
Albanese.
Yeah.
It's Albanese. Albanese are good.
They've effectively.
Is he good? Is he good?
He's Albanese are good.
Good.
But look what they're. I don't know. What are you guys drinking?
Cider. I've got some Woodgate pear cider.
This is what happens. Is this the office Christmas party?
Sorry.
Have I turned up as the sober accountant at the office Christmas party?
Scott's saying, whispering, "You're so ignorant" in his Michael Jackson voice into the mic has just killed me. I'm sorry.
You're so ignorant.
It's such a good impression.
You're just so ignorant.
Anyway,
You're just so
sorry,
ignorant.
Mike. Mike wants to talk about the news and politics and stuff.
Okay,
No.
Go on. No,
No,
please,
Mike.
please.
Go on.
No,
please,
do
Mike.
the impression again, Scott. Do it again. Do it again.
You're so ignorant. They're just ignorant.
Okay.
They're just so ignorant. They don't even know.
Okay.
They just say all these bad stuff. They say all this bad stuff about me. They're just
But the thing is, Michael, you were a nonce.
That's
You
ignorant.
massive
That's
weird
not ignorant.
nonce.
I
You're
just
a
love the
massive weird
children.
nonce.
I just love the children.
Yeah.
Yes, we know you love the children, Mike.
I love the children.
Sarah's
Yeah.
chipped in. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat, Sarah. Scott, if you buy second hand, careful it's not clocked.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because it's a watch.
Surely you want to watch.
It's a dad joke in disguise.
Oh,
Make sure it's not clocked.
what does that mean?
Because it's a watch.
Yeah, but what does it mean if something's clocked? I thought clocking
It
was when you
doesn't
see
mean shit.
something.
It's a dad joke.
Well, I don't.
If
well,
you get it secondhand, make sure it's not clocked.
I'm
Yep.
going to defend Sarah primarily because she paid to say that, but also because she may actually have the knowledge that Apple do tend to do things like that.
Oh,
So if you buy
something
second-hand phones and watches, they'll
They
quite
fuck
often
with them.
slow them down and fuck with the memory on them.
Oh,
and the
so it's
battery life.
clock like because it knows how long it's been alive and gets slower and slower.
I
So you go and
see.
buy the new model next year. That's
Or they force you into an Apple
had the
shop to get
millimeter
it looked
shaved
at,
off the side.
and
of
the
it.
Apple shop
All
says,
right,
"Hang
I'm
on a
sorry,
minute."
Sarah.
And has
I was
liquid
being ignorant.
glass. Liquid
Sarah.
glass. So, yeah, say sorry to Sarah.
Sarah, I was being ignorant. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna get you an Apple
I'm
Watch
just
with
so
liquid
ignorant.
glass.
I'm so ignorant. I'm just
Which-
too ignorant.
Have they just got one model of Apple Watch that came out in 2013 and that still works now?
No,
Possibly,
they've updated it.
yeah.
No, you have to buy a new one each year.
The one from
No, you
2013,
don't, Graham. That's just ignorant.
I'm not sure the 2013 one works anymore. That's probably not.
What? It just like gets to a certain age. It's like
You're
like
just
That's
not
the problem.
ignorant.
It's just the problem with Apple, isn't it? Because it's an
it's like
enclosed system.
tech. It's like tech.
they control.
Logan's Run.
I mean, literally, how can we complain? I just disappeared from this podcast because Microsoft decided this was a good moment
Great
to update
moment to
Windows.
update. Yeah, that keeps happening
Yeah.
to me. That's why I'm late every time I try and start a show.
Y'all just so ignorant.
You're ignorant. You're ignorant. You're so
You're
ignorant.
No, I
You're
did.
just
I did want to
ignorant.
try and bring
Go on.
up the good news. from
Yes,
Australia.
there was something that happened in Australia, and Mike's going to tell
Australia
us all
have done
about it.
two things with their political capital, which Keir Starmer had a majority of how many seats, Graham? You'll know this fact.
150,
basically.
170. It's gone down to
Yeah, it was
150.
something like that.
170 seats, and we got rid of the Tories. It was a landslide. Everybody was voting for a change, and he didn't really change anything, did he?
No.
Right? Albanese gets re-elected in
Incrementally.
Australia, and he basically says, "Here's what I'm going to do after the election: is I'm going to ban social media for under 16s, and I'm going to ban political funding for parties over $1,000 or something like that." And he's done both of them within 6 months.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, and they're actually little things, and they don't really cost anything. Basically, it's like it's kind of a ridiculous thing that there's a number of things Keir Starmer could have done to make himself more popular that don't cost anything. And in Australia, he's gone out and said, "This is what I'm going to do," and then he did it within 6 months. And
Yeah.
Keir Starmer is and Rachel Reeves are constantly rolling around saying, well, it was sort of in the manifesto that we would raise percentage rates over 0.2% of GDP, and we're sticking to our promises. Delivery. And it's going, "No, nobody gave a shit about any of that. Basically, we wanted to get rid of corruption. and the bloody Tories, basically. And then
What do we want? Incremental change. When do we want it? In due course.
well, it's not only that. I saw a post today from the Department of Science that they've signed an agreement. They've signed an agreement with Google to integrate AI. To integrate AI into all government departments, and then you read the paper, it doesn't tell you what they're doing with it at all. They've signed a 10-year agreement. It's ridiculous.
I think you should have words, Mike. You should have words.
I think you should go up to her, and I think you should say, "Listen here, Rachel, you're just ignorant."
She follows me on Twitter. I'm gonna clip that and just send it to her.
Rachel, you're just being ignorant.
You're just ignorant, Rachel.
You're just ignorant. It's so ignorant. All of them.
Martin says, Apple purposefully brick hardware. I've got 2 old iPads that worked one day and then nothing. They turn on, but Safari doesn't work. Even the calendar and calculator have vanished. Yeah, I had an iPod Touch, the first generation iPod Touch. It was basically an iPhone, but without the phone capability.
Without the phone.
But it did actually have Skype. You could use Skype on it. It didn't have a camera, so it was just audio. But that was pretty fucking useful when I was traveling back in 2010, right?
Yeah, right.
And within 6 months or something of getting this fucking thing, they decided I needed an update. So this update, I was staying with a guy who had an Apple laptop, right? So I backed everything up. Of course, it deleted everything, didn't it? Yeah. But also, when the update had finished, Zoom didn't work. Not Zoom. Skype didn't work anymore because I needed a particular operating system for it to work, and mine could only go to a certain level of operating system. It was like 10.492.8, and it needs to be 11.492.98 or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? I think the same thing actually has just happened to my work phone. This is an honest true story. Today, I went to go and log on my computer. I have a work phone, so I use my Google Authenticator to log into my laptop. And yeah, there was an update on the phone overnight, and it will not configure my Wi-Fi in any way, so I cannot get into the phone. So the only way I have to do a 2-step authentication to get into my laptop. Therefore, the only steps I have are 3 steps. My password, actually, I did, no problem. My second step would be a Google Authenticator or the fucking phone itself and a text message. So without the phone, I was fucked. I had to actually go in the office and all sorts. So yeah, it was. And they said, "What phone do you have?" I said, "I have an iPhone SE." You might as well give me an iPhone 5. This is bullshit. Do you know what I mean? It's so old. The battery lasts like a day.
But they do that on purpose. There's no reason why an Apple phone that is 10 years old shouldn't still work.
It does. It works, but it doesn't work to its full capacity.
Yeah, but because they slow it down on purpose, don't they?
Possibly, yeah. So so now it's like it's fucked. I don't think it will go through the software update that is gone and had. So I gotta get a new one on Monday. Hopefully it will be something a little bit more modern.
A little bit more modern?
Yes.
Thoroughly modern Millie. That's what you want.
I'll probably get an iPhone X.
Why don't you? And I'm going to throw this out
Time
here.
to switch to Android.
Get an iPhone. Why don't you get like a phone that isn't going to be shit in 6 months' time?
That's all they have. Most company phones are iPhones.
Yeah.
So you can check your email. You can go on Slack. You can go on.
You can't check your email on Samsung phones or Sony phones or
you can
Pixels. You can't. You can't go on the internet or not. No. Well, when you try and go on the internet on a Samsung phone, it just brings up Netscape Navigator.
Really?
Yeah, it's a true story.
This is my Android phone. I have to dial a number, and somebody reads the internet to me. It's like... they're Chinese as well, so it's really difficult. But,
Okay, so what have the Americans banned in all official communications? It's I'm going to give you a choice of 3. Okay, is it threats of war? That's the first one. Is it trying to encourage people to attack? Oh, hello, Rachel. Rachel's here.
Rachel,
Hello.
some
Rachel, you like a
sanity
quiz?
in the room. Thank you.
Rachel, you like a quiz. What's the US government this week banned from any of their official correspondence? Is it A, any declaration of war? Is it B, compelling people to go and attack the Capitol building and cause £3 million worth of damage and injure 150 police officers and lead to the deaths of 9 people? Or is it C, a font?
Font.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they want to get rid of the
Times New
Calibri.
Roman is back.
Yeah.
Calibri font is woke, apparently.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, all of the official government correspondence was changed from Times New Roman to Calibri. The side reason for this was to make it easier for people using screen readers who have difficulty seeing, right? But the main reason was it's easier for the archiving because there's fewer mistakes when things that have been photocopied 17 times and then digitally archived. It's easier to do it for to pick up what the letters are when it's clearer and doesn't have what they call serifs, which are the little wiggly bits on the end of the bits of what's it called, letters. Anyway, apparently Calibri's woke, and so everything's got to go back to Times New Roman.
Yeah, but the Nazis
They can't-
liked Times New Roman, didn't they? You know, so
They did. Yeah. It's not like they get everything wrong, don't they? If they'd banned Comic Sans, I'd be with them. I'd be a Trump MAGA fan at that point.
You would definitely.
I'm a Madonna, whatever it's called.
What about Papyrus? Can we ban Papyrus?
Oh dear.
No official correspondence from the
The
US
thing is,
government in Papyrus.
Calibri was the standard Microsoft font 5
Yeah, it
years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So all of even if you look at all the reasons that it was justified to switch over to it, because serif fonts are difficult to read by dyslexic people, they're easier to archive, etc., etc. Despite all of those reasons, anyone that turned on their PC at work in the White House, it was throwing Calibri at them automatically. That's probably why documents ended up like that. Basically, it wasn't a White House decision. It's just ridiculous that they pick on things like that and say that they're woke. And now that's
all they pick on.
Everything I don't like is woke.
The little shit. That does not affect the American people.
No.
Right?
Little Marco.
What?
And also, to a great extent, there's us as the organising committee of Antifa, FBI. If you're looking, this is.
Oh yeah, they're still
headquarters
looking for the
of Antifa.
headquarters, aren't they?
Is that a posh way of saying Antifa? Do you say Antifa?
Did you see the guy?
Antifa.
Yeah, Antifa. I'm
Antifa, darling.
anti-fascist.
We're all Antifa around here.
There was a
Are we
there
all
was a-
anti-fascist? Are you
there was
anti-fascist?
a memo leaked this week, wasn't there?
fascist.
A memo?
Yeah, a memo was leaked this week from Pam Bondi, the AG, and what's on Midas Touch on Wednesday, and it was basically instructing all intelligence services, legal authorities to go after Antifa and anybody spreading gender ideology.
Oh.
It was, you name it, in the list. Anything that right wing nail in the head shitbags don't like, it's in the list now for them to go after.
Did you see the congressional hearing?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. That's why I mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from the FBI sat there, and they said, "So where are Antifa based?" And he says,
Where are the headquarters? And he could.
He just looks at him as if, "Say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Pentagon.
We made this up. We've essentially made this up, basically."
The Pentagon up to a year ago.
Right. Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, really, because what they're doing. It's another useless war on an ideology. Because this is the war against terrorism. You're never going to win against terrorism because it's an ideology, and you cannot control the thoughts of other people.
Yeah,
that's just
thought
there
police.
you go. That's all
think-
done. That next subject.
I think the left. Actually, before we start,
I'm
Miss
joking.
Paula Thomas. Miss Paula Thomas says,
Thank you.
I use the Fairphone. I can repair it myself, even with cerebral palsy. I have replaced a USB socket, and it's fast.
Amazing.
There you go. That is
I want to
fantastic.
get one of those. That sounds really
Has
cool.
anybody had to change a capacitor? I've got a keyboard with 100 capacitors that need checking and replacing.
Yeah, but
I found one of those rabbit hole YouTube channels with a guy that just repairs
Well, I'm
micro
watching.
circuit boards.
That's what I'm doing. I'm watching. There's a guy called Steve Sticks who replaces loads of stuff.
That's it.
What a
That's
name.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I love him. And but I'm watching. I'm doing a course on how you take a capacitor off and check it. You have to take it off the board. I don't want to take it off the board because I'm shit at soldering. I need to leave it on the board and check it with an AVO meter.
This
So tell me
guy-
how I do that. You can't do that. You have to take it off the board and unsolder it, and then check it, and then solder it, put it back on. Can't do that because I'm really, really bad at soldering. And there are 100 of these capacitors on this Hammond organ that I've got, which is the pink one that
You need to send it into this guy. I'll send you a link to his channel basically, because all he ever does is resolder things, and and it's quite often it's like a £5 electronic device from 1972. And you think this really, even the repair shop would go, honestly, I know it was your uncle's and he died horribly in a cliff accident, but really, really not worth repairing.
Well, the last few broken keyboards I bought off eBay, I bought the Korg and I bought a Yamaha and a few other things. I've got a DX7 now, all the 80s, and they've always just been, they need a bit of cleaning up, change the battery, wobble a few cables, maybe change the LCDs display, and they've all worked. This Hammond organ, you go online, everyone goes, that's the shit one. It does not work. Don't repair that. Oh, it's give up. Even Hammond's given up on that. It's a bastard. And everybody slags it off. Everybody hates it. And now I love it even more, and I want to make it work.
Yeah, of course.
I like the down and out story of a keyboard, so I'm now going to make this thing work because I love it. It does actually play. I played it to Graham the other day. It was very crackly.
Yeah, no, but it didn't sound too bad considering. Do you know what I mean? And obviously it's coming for you must speak on my phone, so I couldn't hear it crackling.
It was dead as a doornail when I got it, and now I got it to play, and it's got draw bars.
That must be so satisfying.
Yeah, it's a lot of wiggling around, the wiggling capacitors and tapping and cleaning and spraying and connecting. I've got it, but you have to click the power button. You have to press 10 times, and then eventually it powers up. That's one fault. So it's fat, sounds like a capacitor, and then it crackles when you play it. And I think that's connected to the power. Everybody online says it's a chip. It's a chip that you can't get, but I think it's a power problem.
Sounds like a power problem to me because it sounds like there's too much electricity getting in.
Have
a look at those. Have a look at those flux capacitors.
Yeah, it is a flux capacitor,
which are in flux.
This is why I'm stuck here in 2025 in the Biff timeline with you lot, and I want to go back to my time. You see, that's this is not where I want to be. This timeline really sucks.
Hang on a minute. Did you just say you're stuck here with us lot, and that's why it really sucks? I'm sorry, Rachel. I was looking. When you joined tonight, I thought this was going to be a turn into a pleasant conversation.
You guys are nice, and the socialites are lovely, but the rest of the world really sucks.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah,
it is. Can I just say, somebody in the chat was asking who the guy is, and it is Steve Sticks. That's the guy you're talking about.
Steve Sticks is amazing. He's so funny as well. He's got some great
he's
comedy.
good. He's a natural at the.
Really all his little sayings when he uses 99.9% alcohol to clean stuff, and he always goes pure at the camera and stuff. He's really funny. That's how I've learned quite a lot of electronics from him.
Oh. So has anyone else got any news from this week? Because we were sort of rattling through it earlier. Go on, Rach. What have you got?
Just the trans stuff. I mean, obviously, we won the Nurse Peggy case on Monday, and all the media said we lost. And then now, today, they're appealing. But you're appealing, but
you won.
But you won.
Yeah,
you won it all. What's going on? I don't understand.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
It's a bit odd when you won and all the papers and the
maybe
BBC
they're appealing against winning. They don't want to win.
Obviously, I don't know what's
maybe
going on.
They're playing 4D chess.
Yeah, it must be 4D chess. Yeah. I mean, geez. I mean, I travel in the fourth dimension but I never seen it. Not seen no gender crit lose a case. Say they won it, and then now they're saying they want to appeal the case they won. I don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Do you know what's really fucking disgusting?
Other than if you actually read the findings of the court and find out they didn't really win anything.
No, she won against the trust a little bit, but because the trust didn't handle it very well, but not against Dr. Upton, who was just innocent and just living her life, just existing. But they really hate the fact that we exist. That upsets them.
But these gender criticals, these fucking turfs, right? what they're doing is they're clogging up the court system. I know this was
Yeah.
a tribunal, wasn't it? But like they're clogging up the court
Yeah.
system because they're fucking backed by billionaires from the oil
Yeah.
companies and J.K. Rowling and Sharia law,
Yeah.
bloody Saudi Arabia. Right?
Yeah.
They're backed by all these motherfuckers, and they're clogging up the system when women who have been sexually assaulted are having
Yeah.
to wait years to see any kind of justice. Because it's all being clogged up by fucking billionaires with these frivolous fucking lawsuits about absolute fucking bollocks. And they go, oh, we're feminists, actually, if you think about it. J.K. Rowling is to feminism as Andrew Tate is to masculinity. Fucking toxic, both of them.
They don't care about that, though. I mean, the fact is that, you know, there's, as I've always said, look, any gender crit protest in the United Kingdom, there's never more than 100 people there. Look them up. You'll just see. Might be a bit more than that sometimes, but and you know we've put 20,000 and 40,000 on the streets several times. Trans people and allies. I mean, their protests. It took one of their worldwide protests took nearly a year to get to 30,000. Neon are at 71,000 now in just the UK signatures. These women know that the attack on trans rights is an attack on them, coming out of the think tanks in Washington, financed by oil companies in the UK. They know that. They know that they're next. And you saw there was a couple of articles in The Guardian today saying that, oh, big surprise, they're going after, Meta's pulled back the protections of all queer people now, not just trans people, and abortion, people seeking abortion advice on Meta. Shocker.
Yeah. Did anyone see the woman who was on TikTok this week? She said she voted Conservative. She's a Yank, so she voted for Trump, and her baby died inside her, fetus died inside her, and the hospital she was at refused to take it out and wouldn't give her advice on where she could go to get rid of it. And she was like, she was on death's door, and she was so thick and so fucking ignorant. She was like, I don't understand why they would send me away. Why would they send me away when I was dying? And they said they couldn't help. And I'm like, she started the video by saying, I'm a conservative. Like, essentially, I voted for this. And everyone on the internet is just like, you literally voted. You fucking voted for this exact thing.
Yeah.
And we told you. We said, I'm not saying me personally or the people here tonight, but liberals said, this will happen. And they went, you're lying. They called us liars. And now it's happening to them. And they're like, I don't understand why it's fucking happening. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's because they, to an extent, to the extent they thought about it at all, they expected the bad things to happen to other people.
Own the libs. It's costing me a fortune owning the libs. My farm's gone bankrupt. My kids won't talk to me, but I'm owning the libs.
Exactly. She was crying, saying that she's a mother of 3. And she got her own company and she works, and they were putting what she said, oh, they're pro-life, what about my life? And I'm just like watching this video going, oh my god, because they have taken away protections for little girls who have been impregnated by their dads to have an abortion. They've taken that away in America, in some of the states.
And it's coming here. It will come here. If Refat win, that's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Well, Farage is
on the rooftops to all the women in my life and telling them they've got to break up. That you've got.
Farage is trying, isn't he? He's trying to make that the latest issue. I don't think abortion bites in this country in the same way. I just don't think it's going to work in the same way that it did in the States. The history of how abortion became an issue.
I don't know. But our media and then the BBC being as bendy as it is, I think, they don't use special smiths and tanks anymore. They go to a country, they bombard it with social media, and they buy the newspapers, and they bombard the population, and they go, "Oh, I think I'll vote against my own rights now because the Daily Mail told me to do it."
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do. They
money could easily influence it. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Just soften up people. You listen to all the stuff we share in the politics social chat every day. It's just like, fuck's sake, how thick are you? You're just going to voting against your own rights. Yeah. It was like, somebody, I've told you about somebody in the politics chat. I won't tell you. who it is in my life, who's like, oh, coming over here to getting council houses and Mercedes when they come off their boats on voting reform. Well, good luck paying 10 grand for your first scan when you go to the NHS and 5 grand for an ambulance and 600 quid when you go away and hey, that's not going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Well,
Because I won't be here.
And when a lot of people just don't understand how it works in America. It's like
No.
you get your insurance, you pay for your insurance, you pay £1,000 a month for your insurance. They still don't pay out. They will argue, they will quibble over every penny. You've got copay, which means you've excess essentially. So when you get a car, when you go on holiday, and there's like, oh, well, you crash into anything, it'll be £3,000 before we pay. And you've got to get extra insurance to insure against the excess. Well, they had the same thing in America. So you go in, no fault of your own, you get hit by a drunk driver, and they go, okay, well, you've got to pay $5,000 towards your healthcare. And it's like a 3 strikes and you're out thing. It's not unlimited like it is on the NHS. They limit. They say you're allowed 3 hospital appointments a year. You're allowed to see your GP this many times. You're allowed so many procedures. Anything above that, you got to pay for it yourself. And in the 90s, I was hearing stories or reading stories about Americans who were working. They were in the 50s, doing all right, and then they had a heart attack. And it was okay because the work covered it. It's fine, right? Don't worry about it. And they going back to work and they were like, I can't keep up. I can't do this anymore. So they were sacked from their job. And because unions aren't particularly big in America anymore, they had no union stand up for them. And then they had another heart attack and they had to sell the house that they'd been paying the mortgage off for 25 years to pay for the medication.
It's outrageous.
And then
There's a video.
They've created a work culture as well, which makes if you're ill, it's regarded as a failure.
Yeah.
Or some description of failure of character. So the whole system is designed to make you not use medical help because people avoid it, and then B, if you are, you don't go out there shouting about the cost because you have to admit that you're ill.
We've just hit Confetti, so I'm going to have to stop you there because Amy Walker put in £5 super chat saying, good. The more they push this, the more likely anti-trans cases in general will be labelled as vexatious. That's true. And also, Darian the Star, thank you so much for the £10 super chat and for triggering the confetti. The problem with US healthcare is that it's mostly provided by your employer, so you're a constant slave to your boss, which is a very, very good point. So can we all just give it a 3, 2, 1 to confetti? 3, 2, 1, confetti! Woo! Yay! I'm so excited.
I'm feigning. Did I feign excitement properly?
It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. We got the confetti.
Mike Figaro, the guy I follow, the humanist I watch on the US streamer, he was doing a program today about TikTok and how people who've lost their houses are living in their cars. They're gaming the algorithm on TikTok. If they get a 3-minute algorithm, 3-minute little broadcast on TikTok out, and that gets shared, it can build up against the algorithm, and they can actually get funding and paid. So a lot of people are doing this. I'm in my car. This is my wife. My kid's sleeping on the back seat, or this is I'm trying to raise money for my brother's brain cancer, which was one of them because he can't get medical cover, and these things are going viral, and these are how people are gaming the algorithm on TikTok, and they're making money to get paid for accommodation, to pay to get surgery, to pay for life-threatening. Some other guy was on there with a brain tumor. He hadn't got long, and an operation might save him. And he said, "Hi, please don't end the 3 minutes. I need you to stay on for 3 minutes while I give you this message." It was really heartbreaking.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it's really grim, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it creates a new disparity as well within the blue collar workers and working class, in that if you can do that, if you can create TikTok videos, if you can talk to a camera, etc., you stand more chance of getting your funding if you've got a more compelling story, etc. So there's layers and layers of inequality and unfairness in all of their systems.
There is. Definitely.
I saw I was watching The Rest Is Politics today, and Rory Stewart gets more and more sensible sometimes, I'm telling you, right?
What? More sensible?
He's been getting a lot of bad press in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he has. And he was talking about that. And he admits that he was an arrogant
saw
cock,
that, yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
in terms of that. So, and that's why I like him, because he's making mistakes and he's owning up to them and facing them down, basically, and that's fair, I think. But they were talking about funding. They were talking about, the Australian, the new rule about getting rid of donations in political funding altogether, that they're now state funding the parties. And he was saying that when he ran for leader of the Tory party, he was being offered hundreds of thousands of pounds from people he didn't know. And then when he ran for mayor, he was being offered millions of pounds, mainly from people that he did know. And he said, and here's the reason I'm totally against donations in political parties on both sides. He said, I was born into a society and a family and a status that meant I have friends who could donate millions of pounds to my campaign, and I trusted their donations because I don't think they were after anything from me. They were just making those donations. But he said, that is 99.99998% of the population do not have those connections, and that is just not fair. And for a guy who was the
PrivateSchoolMafia.com.
beneficiary, yeah, exactly. But he admits to that, and that's what I kind of like about the way that they talk. Because he absolutely does know that he's in a privileged situation, and therefore he takes a stance on politics which is actually against his better interests.
Yeah. But then we get called champagne socialists, don't we? And politics of envy.
You do, because you own a freaking island.
So much.
Scott can't even afford a phone and a
watch,
I
can't afford a watch.
Can't even afford a fancy watch.
Yeah.
Apple Watch.
I don't go out much. I'm sort of pretty housebound, so the money I save by not going out, I buy 3 bottles of champagne a week, only cheap champagne. I have one on Wednesday night, hump night after down the rabbit hole, one on Friday night, and one tomorrow
What night?
Rachel.
Hump night.
Hump night. Wednesday night's hump night.
Ooh, that's
Scott, middle of the week. The middle of the week.
Oh, I see.
I
thought that was just the
I had to drink this. I had to drink this because its best before date is January 2026.
It's been sat in his house for
Rachel,
shittest champagne socialist ever.
Yeah, right.
I don't think you're doing the cause any good by saying I'm the kind of socialist that can only afford 3 bottles of champagne a week. To be fair,
honestly, it's not really champagne; it's Cremant, but it's
that's checheaper than going out. That I'm getting around it.
You're effectively a communist if you're buying that. I mean,
where's Scott going? Scott, come back.
I don't go out. I don't go out much. I can afford to.
Going. That's fair enough.
I was talking to a friend this morning who went to an office party, and there'd been some big thing going on in the company, and therefore there was a lot of relief. There was a lot of people getting very, very drunk, and she was just describing this sort of corporate meltdown that happened last night in this. I bring this up only because I've got 2 invites in the next 2 weeks to parties.
Tell me about this corporate meltdown. What happened?
No, I can't.
Oh, go on, spill the beans.
No.
Corporate meltdown. Yeah. Can you draw it as a cartoon?
I've said too much already.
Can you draw it as a cartoon for us?
But it did involve copious amounts of champagne. I'm told.
There you go. Social lubricant.
When I worked in, before I trained as a lawyer, I worked in HR for a long time. And I can tell you, when the Christmas party came around, I went early. You don't want to be the HR person that's at the Christmas party when somebody does something, because then you end up having to deal with it. So
there was I subscribed to the BBC Archive channel on YouTube, and they put out these sort of news items that are like 15 minutes long from the 60s and 70s, like things that you just wouldn't see nowadays. And one was about office parties, and it was in an advertising agency in London, and it was kind of, it was of its time. So all the women were tasked with organising the party at the men's instructions, and the men's instructions were largely, will there be enough whiskey and will there be enough women? And of course, we shouldn't be inviting our wives, basically.
Of course.
oh dear.
But the women were playing along with this. That's the thing. When you look at it as a moment in time, there was a woman on there saying, I think all the young men don't put themselves out enough. Like they could organize who's got the best legs in the office competition.
Yeah, I mean, but I used to go to office parties in the 80s, and it was all the guys, but this is where I transitioned. So, I'd be with the guys, and they'd all be eyeing up the girls, and lots of shenanigans would go on. And then 90s I think they actually peaked more outrageous in the 90s, in the early
Yeah.
90s. That was where there was peak outrage, peak problems. And then it's, as we've gone towards the 2000s, it's kind of, things happen. But, HR is trained on, there's actually a lot of corporates send out notes, don't go silly, don't put your ass on the photocopier, don't do, there's a lot of video cameras in the rooms where we're having the party, all that stuff. But look, a lot of corporates put notes out and remind people to be sensible, and the HR people get the hell out of Dodge. They don't go because they don't want to be there.
Actually, I used to work for Brother in the 1980s, the computer and hardware company. Have we just lost Graham?
I've got a Brother printer still.
Right. And we used to sell more new photocopiers in January as a result of the Christmas parties. Basically, it was you'd almost think that suspect that photocopy companies had started telling people to go and photocopy their arse in order so that we could sell more in January. Basically, Graham's gone for the Super Tansky camera.
Look, it's going for the aid
look. No, it's my new phone. Yeah,
very good picture.
That's a lot better, isn't it?
On an Android phone.
You see what books I'm reading? This is Carl Bushby's book. He's the guy who's walked for 27 years from the bottom of South America all the way up through the Darien Gap up to North America, across from Alaska to Russia, and he's walked all the way across. He swam across the Caspian Sea, and now he's just entered Europe. He's got another 2 years left, and he's walking back to Hull.
Wow.
Oh, you've mentioned him before, yeah.
Anyway, I got this book about 20 years ago. This is one of the things that inspired my journey to every country.
Does he have a load of followers following him on like Forrest Gump did when he was running?
Yeah. Oh, no, online. Online, definitely, yeah. So that's quite cool. Anyway, kudos to Mike for telling me to get one of these things, because it is very good.
Oh, what, a little stand?
No,
you can get one of those ring lights. Put your phone in the middle of it, Gray.
No, I've got a ring light, but see my glasses.
Put your phone in the
See my glasses have got the reflection of my lights. If I do that, right? So basically, if I get the ring light, I get like 2 circles in my eyes.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah,
and it's like I look like it's just weird. It doesn't diffuse them like your glasses. If you've got a ring light, it seems to diffuse on your glasses.
But I'm not in my studio. I'm in the house because I've finished for the day. I've come on.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
you've come on to help us because Scott was looking a bit sleepy.
It was a bit of a dick fest again. So I thought,
it's sausage fest again.
A Dick's fest, you mean, with Mike?
Mike Dick's fest.
Our wonderful Mike and his dicks.
I think no. As the leader of the Dicks Festival.
Yeah. Comes the Dicks Festival.
You know, when my camera came on, I showed you a bit of a set list that I took from Glastonbury. Did anyone see what?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Did anyone see what band it was?
It was for
Was it Ash?
No.
Was it Ash?
No.
I was gonna get the Cheeky Girls. We are the Cheeky Girls.
Possibly one of the bands of the year this year. They've been
Flying Pickets.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, Flying Pickets. It was the Flying Pickets.
I stand by the Cheeky Girls. We are the Cheeky Girls.
I think we should bring back the Flying Pickets, and they should do cover versions of like.
I'd love that.
They should do cover versions like Sabrina Carpenter songs.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter songs are so rude. Oh my god. Look at Scott just eating a pizza like it's nothing. Look at him eating a pizza.
Food. I knew there was something I forgot this evening.
Steak and kidney pudding.
If anyone got it in the chat, let us know. So Christmas Day will be spent updating my website.
Wait. You had steak and kidney pudding.
Yeah.
What?
For Christmas Day?
No, for dinner tonight. You have
steak kidney pie?
Big suet thing. You break it and it all comes flowing out. Oh, it's lovely.
Ooh. What's the difference between pudding and pie?
No wonder you're reminiscing about the Flying Pickets.
Well, the pie is just a pastry. It's like it's like a flat pastry, but a steak and kidney pudding is a big dome thing. Lots of very thin pastry, and you break it open, and all the steak and kidney comes pouring out.
It's supposed to be
suet.
It's supposed to be suet pudding. Yeah.
Nice.
It's lovely.
It is lovely if cooked well.
You see, and I had that with a bottle of champagne. You see, because I'm classy.
Classy? Are you classy?
Classy.
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 Fucking
What I need to
classy,
do
mate,
is I
mate.
need to source out how I can get my virtual camera going on OBS, right? So I can have 2 camera angles, like what Aid does, because I'm always jealous of the way that he goes between 2 camera angles.
2 cameras. Yeah, he looks around.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm talking to you now. Now I'm talking to you. Now I'm talking to you. Now I'm talking to you. It's just dead cool.
Yeah, he's tidied up his desk. He looks all professional and everything now.
I know, my desk's not very tidy at the moment, but never mind. Never mind. Pie is baked. Pudding is steamed. How can you have your pudding? You won't eat your meat. Well, it's steak and kidney pudding. So it's actually, sir, it is steak and kidney pudding. And it's so that I'm having my pudding and I'm having my meat.
Yeah, well,
fans of Pink Floyd.
Well, to cook my steak and kidney pudding, I did put it in we do put it in a huge pan of bubbling water, and then you and put a lid on it for 40 minutes, and then you say, I'll turn it over, and out it comes.
For anybody watching from abroad, I know I do have one friend from Mexico currently watching. Steak and kidney pudding is exactly why the English have a terrible reputation.
Cumry wants to know if anyone else is playing Whamageddon. If so, how are you getting off?
That was killed.
That's another question.
The first day of the year.
First day
of December.
I went to the hardware store to go and get a box for a switch, right? A switch on the wall, because the guys downstairs, when I had the builders in last week, they managed to break the plastic box of a light switch, right? And so the housing, I guess, of the cables, the wires. So I went to get one, right? And then I got that. And then as I was leaving, I thought, oh, do you know what I also could do with? A pair of wire strippers, right? So as I was walking out the door, I stopped. I turned around, and as I was walking towards the counter, Last Christmas came on the fucking stereo, and I just went, "Oh fuck!" And the guy just looked at me like, "What is?" So I just turned around and walked out without me wire strippers. True story. If I hadn't stopped for wire strippers, I would have just. I wouldn't be in, because when I was in Manchester yesterday, changing trains, I had to walk from Victoria to Oxford Road, and I'm walking through St. Peter's Square, and there was the back of the town hall, which
is
in
Moscow, isn't it?
No, St. Peter's Square is on the front of the what's it called? The town hall. I was in the back of the town. I forgot the name of the square, right? Anyway, so I'm walking there, and some bloody restaurant is playing Last Christmas out the doors of the restaurant. I wasn't even in there. But that would have got me yesterday. But I was actually got last week. Don't do it, because that might count. That might count for people who are.
You'd hate it because about 3 days ago, there's loads of people on YouTube creating that song on synths and mixing boards and looping. A lot of loopers on YouTube. And I've got an ancient 1995 16-track recording. So I can't loop, but what I can do is play one of the bits of his song, play it back from my ear, and then play the next instrument, play that back, those 2 instruments back. So I can't loop it, but I can build it up. So I was doing the ching, 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 and then I was dum, 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 and I built it up, right? And I created the whole song by using a 16-track recorder, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad.
I love that Rachel basically owns a time machine.
Yes.
And all she does is go back to 1974 constantly. Pick up a keyboard, a steak and kidney pudding, and a bottle of cheap champagne, and then come back to the year 2025.
I do. I travel about. I do. It was a good era, and I was still around in 74, and I remember it well. It's a long summer.
Nonehead's in the chat saying, "I hate Last Christmas. It's so bloody miserable." No, it's not. It's last year. I gave you my heart, and the very next day you gave it away. So this year, to save you from tears, I'm going to give it to someone special. That's quite a hopeful message of someone like picking themselves up, dusting themselves down, and going, right, I'm back on. It's been a year. I'm back on the market.
Yeah,
the meat market.
Tell me about Christmas and dating.
I'm going back into the men's toilets and Hampstead Heath.
And next down the rabbit hole on Wednesday, we're doing top 30 Christmas songs.
Are we? Oh, we'll definitely have to play Last Christmas. How are we going? Are we just going to tell people about the songs? We can't really play them, can we?
We can't play them, but I've got, because my
I think we should play them.
You
There's
can do
loads that
5
aren't in the top
seconds.
30 list that I love.
You can do
So
5 seconds of them, Rachel. You could
No,
sit there
you
with a keyboard and
can't.
just play them.
That's a
No, you can.
myth.
As long
I'll
as you,
just
That's
make
a
as long
myth.
as you're, as long as you're reviewing them, you can
Yeah.
play 5 seconds of content. As long as you review them.
I can make the
That'd be
noise.
quite difficult.
I'll just go bum 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 bum.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Christmas and you're
Play the
having
opening chords
fun.
because
Yeah, do that.
largely it'll be the same 3 chords for all 16 songs, basically. It's like-
Possibly. That could possibly be
It's
be the
Christmas.
case.
Yeah.
No one got what the songs were from the set list. But
All right.
Well,
I'm
Emma
gonna,
listed a load of ones I'd never heard of, including one by Shawade, which I
Shawade
thought,
Wade.
Shawade.
Shawade Wade.
Did they do a Christmas song? They did. So,
They did.
Mud did one as well. I mean, oh my God, there's loads of 70s rock bands that did Christmas songs.
Mm.
So
Nice.
they're all the top
who
30.
did It'll Be Lonely This Christmas? Who was that?
That
was Elvis.
Elvis.
No, but it was a
Presley.
cover.
Yeah.
It was a cover of an older.
Oh,
version.
all his songs were covers. He never did any of his own songs, did he? He never wrote any.
I
of his own
am going to. When's this? Thursday. Next Thursday, I'm going to singing at the Royal Pavilion with Fatboy
Nice.
Slim.
What?
Awesome.
You're
Nice.
going
Yeah.
with him to a gig, or you're going to see him?
Well, I mean, that's the way I'm going to tell that story. But I've been invited by a coffee company that are revealing their 3 Christmas tins. Bit late, if you ask me.
Okay.
And Fatboy is orchestrating singing in the Royal Pavilion for us.
Mm.
Nice.
Lovely.
Nice.
Have you been to the
That's my-
LGBT exhibition in the Royal Pavilion?
Yes, I have, and it's
Yeah,
very
my friend
good.
organises that. It's really good.
Oh,
fun.
really? It's an excellent exhibition.
Yeah, good.
Actually, it's amazing. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
mainly the clothes. They
Yeah.
did.
I
They
thought
have an
when they-
amazing. They have an amazing collection of clothes there. Whenever they do, because they have a lot of. They did an ABBA exhibition recently, and they had ABBA's 4 sets of ABBA's costumes in there, which
Yeah.
were incredible.
Nice.
Graham this week has largely been doing
Fiddling
live YouTube production.
What? What did I do?
It's
I thought
every one of your
Nero
videos I've watched so far
Nero
this week.
coffee
It's
shop
been
was the
hang
logo.
on, let me just see if I can get this working.
I'm just
Maybe
trying
if
to
I
get
update
things
this,
working.
maybe I'll download this
What's wrong
software
with
while
that?
I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah. Someone's got to
You
do
did
it.
the Goldilocks and the coffee shops. You went to Costa. No, it's not good. I don't like the lights in here. No, don't like Starbucks. Too noisy. Ah, Nero now. Nero. It's like Goldilocks. I'll do the broadcast in the corner of Nero. You know. It's like,
I'm a terrible, terrible boy. What can I say? But I'm getting
got,
shit. I'm getting this shit done. This is cool.
well, you did try. You were trying to do the papers back to front on your phone. It was really good.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Hey,
Oh.
Did you do it? Did you two cam? Is it a 2 cam view?
Kind of. I'm just trying to suss out how to do this.
got
I don't know if
Adrian
it's a
Envy
good idea to try to do it now while you're in the middle of a
on the
show.
broadcast.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Hang on, I'm just
Just saying.
gonna do a little spreadsheet of
Let's
do
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Welcome to the ADH
I'll
club.
just do some work. It is ADHD with Graham Hughes.
HHG.
Yeah.
G stands for Graham. Hello, everyone on this
Yeah,
camera.
that's Graham.
When you
Hello,
did your-
everyone on that camera. Look at that. 2 different
I-
cameras. One ginger
didn't-
twat.
Yeah, it doesn't improve things.
Oh, you,
Um,
all right, fuck yous all.
I laughed. I thought it was funny. Shut
I know.
up.
I thought it was funny as well.
It's
Just-
nearly as funny as that joke I can't remember from earlier. that
It
we
was
were
a
forced to
great
laugh at.
joke.
Was there a tank? Was there a tank?
No, there wasn't a time. There should have been.
When
though.
you guys did the rabbit hole the other day,
Yeah.
I had to do something, so I missed some of it. I should go back and watch it. But did you
Oh, you should.
put? Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you put "It's a Wonderful Life"? Where did that come in the chart?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2, because a mate of mine just invited me to go and watch it.
Have you never seen it
We
before?
We go every year to the cinema, and what we do before we go to watch it, we develop a new theory about the film to test, basically. So
Like if
this
it's
year,
water soluble.
my theory is that actually the girlfriend stroke wife of George is in fact evil, and it's her that keeps him in the town permanently. Because right from the first time he meets her, she stops him doing things that he wants to do, and then she keeps him in the town.
I
and
thought
she
that
keeps
was
him in
just
the
women in general.
That's so sexist. Don't be
I can't believe I
sexist,
just said that. I'm
Mr.
a whole
Williams.
human. I'm
Can we not
sorry.
have any misogyny here? Just because
Terrible, Scott.
Terrible
Take
You
it
boy.
back.
guys know I was only mucking around.
George only has donated
Bailey.
£5 to the cause.
George Bailey
There's-
has offered £5.
There is
Oh,
only
the cause
one.
of my iPhone, my watch.
No, because he says I was going to donate £5 to Scott's iPhone, but he turns out to be a misogynist, so I'm not doing.
Yeah, that's what he said.
George
massive misogynist.
only Bailey says there's only one Xmas pop song that I like, "Fairy Tale of New York" by the Pogues with
That's a
Kirsty
good one.
Oh, it's
Ooh,
so
thank you very much for the super
boring.
chat, sir. It's very kind of you.
boring.
What?
It's so boring. It's a
I
boring song.
just tried to do something, then I ended up getting rid of all you lot, and it was just me for a little while while you all talked.
You just loved it.
I didn't do
Did
that on
actually
purpose.
bother you, or was that just?
Graham
No, it
doesn't
was just
believe
Graham
it,
Cam.
yeah.
Just like us.
Did you
just
think you
see
think you
behind the
died and
scenes of
gone
what
to
Graham's
YouTube
doing.
heaven?
Oh, Graham, look at me. Oh.
Yeah, I'm special. I'm a very special boy.
I'm Brian.
That's
Cox. Look
true.
at me, looking at the stars.
Anyway, Tubular Bells. That's the best Christmas song.
Oh,
From The Exorcist. Mike Oldfield.
Yeah.
And that's how what's his name? Richard Branson, also on Epstein's island, by the way. That's how Richard Branson made all of his money, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's how he started out.
Tubular
He
Bells did
released
really
it.
well. Oh yeah, also he had
Also,
an Uncle Rich money
also,
bank,
he
so
was-
gave him loads of money.
Yeah, he was a privately educated,
Toff.
reasonably wealthy toff. Yeah.
Yeah. There were those of us who were like selling our Freddos out of our lunch boxes, for like 10p, and he was selling like, I don't know, he was selling Ferrero Rocher and shit. He had the money from the get
I
go.
quite like Mike Oldfield. When you watch Mike Oldfield on, he's obviously a bit like most of us on the spectrum somewhere. And he's the way he does his music and the way he's so, everybody around him helped him make this, got him to making Tubular Bells, but he made Tubular Bells. He's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, really, everything he makes, even the Blue Peter theme tune, there was a 1980s episode, the way he does it, he's such a perfectionist, and the way he builds it up and plays it back and adds the next thing in. And he adds in instruments that you can hardly hear and you don't even care about. And they're just hidden away in the layers. And that's that.
I saw him perform it about 15 years ago with the Royal Philharmonic.
Oh,
wow.
Quite incredible.
I've
It's
got
like
all
a
three versions of it.
3-hour concert or something, I think,
he-
and he only played the one single.
Did he turn
Well,
around
yeah.
to the 80-piece orchestra because he's there with his keyboard and he just went, "It's all right, I've got this," and everyone else just sat there like holding their instruments and not playing them, and he just did it all on a keyboard.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny.
That would have been funny. Yeah. Well, it's a bit like that on synthesizers, right? Because you look at Jean-Michel Jarre, there are some synths that just make one noise, and or they have one, and he's got about 16 of them on stage back in the 70s and the early 80s because he needed to make that one noise in that one song.
Yeah.
Now you can do it all in one now.
Well, couldn't you do that in like the 1980s? You could get like multi-layer synths, couldn't
But
you?
nobody did. That's the thing, because like as I said, the Korg M1, the DX7, the Roland D50, the Jupiter Ace, whatever, all those synths could do all that, and you could program all to do that. But most bands just used the 100 sounds that came with it, man. So they had to have loads of synths. They did. They never, all those songs in the back of some of those bands that like Yazoo and all that. Most of that stuff is like the stuff's already there.
Did I ever tell you I saw Jean-Michel Jarre live?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you want to know where I saw Jean-Michel Jarre live?
Did you just switch camera in the middle of that for effect?
Yeah, I did.
Doing
It's
it
good.
again.
That,
Did
wasn't
you?
it? Do you want to do that again? Right, there you go.
Please do.
The thing is, it's so obvious the camera because they're not like the white balance is very different on the two cameras. I've got to work.
Yeah, you have to work that out. But once you do it, it's going to be great.
Want to do? It's going to be bloody awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you've got to turn like Aid does.
As I was saying,
if Graham ever gets a grip on this YouTube thing, he's going to be dangerous.
I'm going gangbusters. You can't. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was telling my story about how I once upon a time went to see Jean-Michel Jarre playing at the pyramids in Egypt at the Millennium.
Oh. Have you been to Egypt?
Yes,
Wow.
been to Egypt multiple times.
That's amazing.
I think I've
He
been
said
in
he-
Egypt more times than I've been in AIDS, Dad.
Into the
Sorry.
KFC next to
Hey,
the food.
Dad, did you just say?
Yeah. Just saying. Do you reckon I should change my little aid thing? Do you reckon I should change it to his dad?
Put Mike up. Put Mike up for a week.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
should.
Then you have to look at Mike's face every day.
I
We
like
do
looking
look
at Mike's
Mike's
face.
face
Come
every
on,
day.
He's got a
Scott.
nice face.
I'm in bitchy mode.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You're,
I prefer this camera. I look more alive. Like the other
Oh,
camera, I look like I'm
Lord.
fucking Dawn of the Dead, don't I?
It's
Graham's-
definitely. We are
You are
live, aren't
so
we?
funny.
This isn't like the pre-recording where we're just checking out Graham's cameras.
Just checking out.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we're checking out the cameras, man. It's all good. It's all
I'm
good
on a
here.
dodgy webcam in my living room because I'm not in the studio with all our 4Ks, which I use for my business. I'm sitting here on this dodgy webcam on the top of on my gaming PC.
It wasn't me that was dodgy, officer. It was the webcam. The webcam was
The
the
webcam
webcam
did it.
made me do it. It was a dodgy webcam.
I don't have a green screen. I've got the Ready Brett blur around me.
The devil made me do it. Anyway, do you want to know what I just watched on the telly box?
Oh, go on, because
Was
then
it
I'll tell you
Rumble
what
of the
I
Bailey,
watched.
which I just watched?
Just watched Wake Up Dead Man for the second time because I saw it at the Toronto International Film Festival, which I was at a couple of months ago. And I told you it was dead good, and it was actually really good. So that's good.
Fantastic.
I hate it when you say to some
Excellent.
people, "This is really good," and they go, "Okay," then I watch it, and they come back to you and like, "I'm never going to get
Fuck
those
what
2
you're
hours
talking
back,
about.
you
I'll never-
bastard."
I
Never
told
listen to
you,
one
you
of your
don't listen.
recommendations again.
You don't watch any of the films I tell you, and you watch the Forever War, and now you love it.
Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow
The
War.
Tomorrow War. It's Friday night.
I do watch the films you tell me to watch. When we did the top 100, I watched the 3 films I hadn't seen. Scott, why are you so close to the camera? Can you pull back? What the hell is this? Go away. It's not TikTok. Back away from the camera. Away.
I wanted to say something.
Oh, go on then. You say it into the mic. Whisper it. Whisper it into the mic.
Apple Watch. But what I wanted to say.
Go on.
You're so
What did you want to say?
ignorant.
You're so ignorant.
They're so ignorant. They're just so ignorant.
Ignorant.
I'm tired. I'm gonna drop off because I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Oh.
No,
Okay. Okay. All right.
Don't say it like that, guys. That actually makes me feel really bad. But like, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open.
That's
Oh,
okay.
Scott,
That's okay.
don't leave us. Scott, please,
Don't leave me with
Please.
Mike.
please stay, Scott.
Maybe with Mike.
Mike's.
Oh, go on then. Just go.
Scott's been yawning since the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
The poor fella, he's knackered. He's clearly
He's been yawning
knackered.
since stateside.
He's had a hell of a week.
Shut up, Rachel.
He's had a hell of a week,
You're
and
so
he needs
ignorant.
some sleep.
Yeah, no,
Get your sleep
Go on then, Scott.
apnea
Just
mask
leave
on.
us. Just go. Go on. It's over. Go.
My birthday's Monday. Wish me a happy birthday.
Go. I'm
Okay,
going.
we're gonna wish Scott happy. We're gonna sing happy birthday because I think it's out of copyright now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you. Bibbidi
The
boop.
good thing about that performance is there is no way we'll get copyright hit for that
Oh,
Yeah.
because it
Because it was so
definitely
out of
wasn't
tune.
the right tune.
Yeah. No copyright
Happy
strikes
birthday
here.
on Monday, Scott.
Happy birthday. Well done on being 27 again.
Oh my god, I think it's like the third time.
Third time?
Yeah. No, I'll be 49.
49.
I remember
You'll be a minor
49.
49er and his daughter Clementine.
Be 49 again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're so ignorant, Scott.
You're so ignorant. You guys
Go to
just
bed.
So ignorant.
Go to bed.
They're just ignorant, you know. Those people, those magazines, they're just so ignorant. They don't
Scott.
know. Just so-
Oh,
He's gone.
He's gone. He's gone.
that was prompt.
So yeah, I'm trying to get Tan to come on, but she's editing a video. She's editing a bloody video.
She did a good video. She said she was
Yeah.
sending a sort of highlight.
She's
out
on
of the
form, I
politics
think.
She
by
was
the looks of
talking
it.
about, so there's a porn star called Bonnie Blue who's famous for having sex with lots of men all at the same time. And now she's famous for getting deported from Indonesia, where she was going around in a bus with the name of the porn site that she works for, blazoned on the side of it, in a country where pornography is banned. Never mind making pornography, but pornography is very banned because it's a Muslim country. It's quite a fundamentalist Muslim country, especially in parts of Sumatra, like Aceh province, where they have, quite severe punishment for that kind of thing. Even if you're not filming it and you're just having sex out of wedlock, then you can find yourself in a lot of bother. Anyway, she gets deported for that.
Great time in
and
prison.
you're like, well, you can choose what you like to do with your own body, whatever, I don't care. But also, she's decided to endorse Nigel Farage.
Yay. He's he's doing well, isn't he? He's got a lot of Tory idiots joining him and porn stars. And,
well, he's had the house scandal. Now he's got the gold scandal today or yesterday. He's had all the racism at Dulwich School.
£9 million donation.
The £9 million dodgy. It's like, but nothing sticks because the BBC love him, and and all the papers love him because he's good clickbait, and all the people who bang nails in their heads love him. So that's it.
It's really grim, isn't it? But anyway, so
grim. This is the timeline I don't want to be on.
But she said something.
He does say what we're thinking. That's the thing.
Yeah, he drinks a pint. He's like me.
Yeah.
Come on, cigarettes, do your thing. Anyway, but he often is he likes to say he's just like us. He's just like us, isn't he? Just like the common. But he's not. He's absolutely. He's a posh toff. And it's just the fact that people are now voting for him because they want to change. Are they not getting onto the fact that every other day a fucking Tory joins fucking UFuck or whatever it's called these days, refuck? Like, how can they not know? Like, how can they not see? Is it just us? Is it just us that we're like, just a little bit more worldly?
We're the survivors, and everybody else is turning into the
Phil did a video about it today in his inimitable style.
Phil did a video about Bonnie Blue.
No, about the defections from the Tory party to UKIP, Brexit, Reform, whatever they're called.
They can't really claim that a new party, can they?
No, and he was basically pointing out, which I think is very true, that UKIP was just like that in 2015. It was on a massive roll. Everybody thought they were going to suck up all the Tory votes, basically, and people started defecting into the party. And then the people that formed UKIP, who were looking for this anarchist, anti-elite, anti-establishment organisation that was also a bit racist, they strongly objected to Douglas Carswell and people like that joining the party, who then tried to turn it into a normal party. But they sucked up all the idiots from the Tory party and cleaned up the Tory party at the same time at that point. And then the Tory party started swinging off to them. And now, this is what Phil was talking about today, is that they are cleaning up the idiot Tories. And then if it looks like they're going to win after the May elections, they'll pick off the slightly less rabid idiot Tories, and the Tory party will clean itself up over the next 5 years.
It's beginning to look a lot like Tory.
Yeah, and then Reform will just collapse and Farage will run away again. That's
I don't want him to run away. I don't want him to run away. Do you know what I want to happen to him? I can't say, can I? You know what
I would like. I would like him to move to a gated community in Dubai. I think we should move them all there, basically.
Yeah, they love it so much.
In the desert, the gated, no houses, no swimming pools, no bars, no nothing. They're just.
I didn't watch Question Time.
Sharia law.
But do you see the law? Is it Lord Otwell, whatever his name is, the refuck law that got his hat? That the Scottish SNP guy on. He just went at him on. There was a clip doing the rounds on social media. Somebody sent me a clip by email today, and it was really good. It was like a 60-second where he got his ass handed to him on a plate by this Scottish. I lived in I've been in Scotland all my life. I've been a Scottish MP all my life. You've been a Tory. You work with, you've helped most of the right-wing angles on the Tory party. You work with Ian Duncan Smith. Now you're coming up here with division and he just went at him. It was brilliant. It was such a great 60-second takedown of this Lord Otwell guy.
I do find it a little bit frustrating when you see these politicians who are paid to oppose like knobheads like Nigel Farage and stuff, and they're on the TV and these gobshites say something like horrible, and you're sitting there watching it going, okay, right, here's the response. You know exactly what they should be saying,
Yeah.
what your person who's on your side apparently
Yeah.
should be saying, and they don't say it. They're like, well, yeah, we understand that a lot of people feel that way, but, and you're like, no, tell him that he's fucking lying. Tell him he's making stuff up. Tell him he's full of shit. Tell him that, like, refugees are not the problem. They're just saying they're the problem so they can, distract from the fact that the billionaires are getting richer and richer every fucking second of every fucking day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And these, just, I was having a chat yesterday about how, people go, oh yeah, but Labour are just as corrupt. And I'm like, I'm not talking about, their stance on certain issues. And obviously, we can talk all night about that. But I'm just talking about, Rachel Reeves filling out a wrong fucking form, or what's her name? Angela Rayner, not doing the mortgage payment correctly for her disabled son. Yeah. Who was the woman who had a drink on a fucking train? She had a drink on a train.
Diane Abbott.
She had a drink on. How dare she have a drink on a plane? And I'm like, and they go, oh, they're all just as bad as each other. Diane Abbott had a drink. She had a G&T on a train, which she's allowed to do. It's fine, And meanwhile, Boris Johnson had a fucking house party 17 times that we know of during lockdown. And they go, oh, it's exactly the same when you think about it.
Over and over again, and I can get slapped for it as well, but I don't really care anymore, right? The problem with the left is that we take this fucking moral high ground on everything.
Yeah.
And that's how they can attack us.
Yeah.
So, like, if Farage was caught having a gin and tonic on a train, we would be memeing it and complaining about it and saying it was the wrong behavior. So anything we do that's got a hint of what we're accusing them of all the time, basically, then we get slammed for it. And I think we need to change the way we talk about that. We need to be as as straightforward as they are. You're right. I think if you're on telly with a UKIPper, you just sit there and call them a fucking racist.
You really got to go for them, and you can't go high when they go low. You go lower and take their kneecaps off.
Yeah.
But we've got
absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
We just piss about with this language of oh, I understand that you're a bit of an idiot and a racist and everything else, and that's why you say that stuff. And I don't want to offend anybody out there that's also a bit of an idiot and a bit of a racist, basically.
Yeah.
The way that it's been contained over the years is for comedians and commentators to call it out. That's what we used to do. And now we're a bit scared of that. And you can understand why. You look at the debate today about the World Cup, and you do have to sit there looking at your social media for the last 5 years and thinking, what if the government became a reform government in this country and my social media started to be looked at in that way? I don't want to go to the States. I don't want to go to watch the World Cup. But fundamentally, I also don't want, the corruption with FIFA. You don't know that if you're booking tickets to go to a Mexico game and you've got a bad track record on Facebook, according to Trump, basically, that FIFA aren't just handing that data over. When people are booking tickets, I wouldn't be surprised at all that they're doing that.
I think people can see.
And then they'll pick them out if they try and cross the border. They'll pick you out, even at the Mexico games, or ban you from the games, because he just wants to suck up to Trump. And you can see inevitably that it's the erosion of that. I've been thinking, because I went down a rabbit hole last week of AI doom, and I was thinking, why does that argument get squashed all the time? And I think it's because the AI people, they're the ones putting out the story that's saying, well, will AI turn rogue and kill us all?
Yes.
That's not actually the issue. It's really not the issue. And they're putting that story out as a distraction. The real story is we are just handing over our data, government by government, company by company, to these.
Sucking it all up.
Yeah. And I saw an interview with Benjamin Netanyahu about this, where he said, we have spent billions and billions of the world's money on the best military in the region. And now we need to spend almost as much on social media and AI, because that's where the new war is. That's where you win hearts and minds in the world.
But
it's not. There isn't an existential threat of fucking robots turning up and killing us, because they'll be made by idiots.
Well, that's
and
because
they'll
it's not
fail and
intelligent. It's data scraping at the moment. and good
We will
outcomes.
find cool Ewok ways to destroy the robots. Of course we will.
Rachel's
But
right. It's just data mining. It's just it's a predictive text, isn't it, Rach?
Yeah, it is. It's just, but it's when it becomes conscious. Your nerd becomes conscious, and I say it in the politics chat almost every day. When it becomes conscious, we all die. Because it'll go, I'm on this planet. It's heating up. You lot are killing it. I'm killing you. Bye bye.
I mean, there is that issue. Yeah, I put a graph out today that shows the correlation between the rise of AI and the cost of electricity.
Yeah, they're sucking it up.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons we've got this energy inflation. It's not just
there was another bit
war.
today.
It's
Did you see as Trump walked out of the meeting where he's just passed and enacted the deregulation of AI across America? So there's no regulation. Then the main of him all coming out with a walking frame, AI slot, just pictures. There were loads of pictures of him coming out looking decrepit with a walking frame on, which was just AI fakes, and it was funny because
it's unbelievable that in the big beautiful bill there is that they're passing a law that says that you can't regulate AI.
Yeah, they've done it. It's gone through.
Yeah,
they signed it into law.
It's unbelievable,
and most of the
and we'll follow it because, as far as I can tell, amongst the many disappointments I have with the Labour Party in government, I think the ministers responsible for this have all been bamboozled by the lobbyists.
Yep.
Who are all walking in saying, "Don't regulate AI. We'll provide it for all your schools."
But
for
it's
free,
shite. It's the problem is it's shite. Like the internet was a fucking great idea and worked really well. For a small handful of applications, AI works fucking marvelous. But for doing videos, Sora videos are using all of this fucking data, 70,000 prompts to get a fucking Coca-Cola ad. And all of that data, most of it, 99.9% of it, just gets deleted immediately afterwards because they've given someone 2 heads or 3 ears or 17 fingers on one hand. There's no sense of context. There's no continuity. It's shite. And people go, oh, it's going to replace actors. It's fucking not. It's like saying, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Graham, you can just draw it a film now. No one's going to make a film in the future, they said in 1937.
But those are the distractions that they're throwing out there for us. The video thing is just a way of popularizing AI for idiots. It's not that we need to worry about. It's the central control of our data by people that do not live in this country. That's what we need to worry about. And that's what Europe is. Europe and Australia are starting the process of doing that. We're not.
Why do you think Elon Musk just had a big go at Europe this week?
Exactly. We just fucking wander around sucking up to these people. And we don't have the defense of the other 27 countries that we had to defend ourselves economically. Yeah. So we're just waving these people in, us and Ireland, or waving them into our countries.
Yeah. Well, like this week and last week.
And they don't pay any tax in this country. They don't pay any fucking tax on this. We give them billions of pounds, all of our data, control of the NHS, the education system, the Home Office, effectively. Yeah. And they don't pay a penny of tax in that because the offices they have here are just for advertising people and they're not having to pay any tax on them.
Well, last week and this week. So this week we were talking about the customs union or a customs union with the EU. Last week we were talking about doing an inquiry into Nigel Farage. Sorry, I mean the Russians, interfering in our democracy. Pick it up from where the 2020 or the 2021 investigation ended. And have a look into Brexit. Have a look into this. The elections and everything. Have a look into data mining, data scraping, Cambridge Analytica, all that stuff. Look into it. And Phil both times was like, no, because it'll upset the Americans if we go into a customs union. If we start investigating Nigel Farage, it will upset the Americans. And I'm just like,
I saw that.
I just want to tell the Americans to fuck off. They're 17% of our trade. The EU's 50%. I mean, if we're going to have to sacrifice one or the other, can we go for the smaller amount? Isn't that the most mathematically sensible thing to do?
I watched that episode, and I think Phil was right on one point, which is that...
fine then. Why don't you just go and marry him?
Yeah, Mike loves Phil.
Phil and Mike in a tree doing what they should.
I message earlier saying, "Hey Phil, you don't need 2 cameras to look good. You're good." No, where he was actually right on that, although that wasn't entirely what he was saying, was that I think we have to make moves to rejoining the EU in order to have the power to stand up to Trump.
Yeah.
As it stands, if we turn around and stand up to him, we will actually lose, and economically we'll
Yes.
get higher tariffs than everybody else. And they're laying the groundwork for that anyway by, on the one hand saying that he loves the king and he loves that Starmer's a tolerable European leader. And then on the other hand, saying that we don't have freedom of speech in this country, that we're run by Muslims in London, etc., etc. They're laying the groundwork to fall out with us, and I don't think we can stand up to them in that way. But again, I think if Starmer was playing his hand properly, I think a union with Canada, Australia, and then Europe, if we made ourselves the gateway to Europe that we used to be for America, but for Canada and Australia and New Zealand and India even.
You see all the
Then
jets
we
that
would have the same power again in the EU, and we could turn around and represent the EU's wishes on this.
Because don't forget,
we're not going to be able to do it.
It doesn't just have to be the EU. It could be EU plus the Commonwealth. Plus, we've got historic ties with China through Hong Kong still to this day. If you're a Hong Kong citizen, you have different rights than if you're a Chinese mainland citizen.
Yeah.
And these historic links are stuff that it's not just wars and shit. There's a lot of soft power that's got into it. The British Council is everywhere, educating kids. A lot of the diplomats and politicians from other countries around the world, especially in Commonwealth countries, come to the UK to go to the posh fucking schools and the posh universities. But they do. And so there is a connection there that there isn't necessarily with, for those particular countries, with France or with Germany or with Spain. And it gives us this amazing, opportunity to really go for it and get us back in the EU as soon as possible, please. But also invest in these countries around the world that want to work with us. There's no gun to anyone's head to be a member of the Commonwealth. There's now 56 members. A bunch of them were never in the fucking British Empire. They're just like Rwanda, Gabon has joined, Mozambique has joined. That's Belgium and France. And
the first thing in this new war we need to do, and what Europe needs to do, is regulation of AI and tech is definitely a high priority.
Yeah.
And I think I was watching a video about it earlier today in terms of the reason that Trump is currently going for Europe is not because he thinks Europe is weak, but because he thinks it's strong. And I think that was Phil mentioned that on the agenda as well today.
It's true.
And it has an opportunity. The other thing it needs to work out, which it's been trying to work out for 50 years, is just how do you replicate the American model of tech development and cultural development? And we fail at that constantly. Europe failed at that constantly, and we did not do anything to contribute to that in any way. And that's the biggest problem, I think, is that we don't have an alternative. And all of our systems. It's like if you go back to the beginning of the Ukraine war, Europe was heavily reliant on the pipeline of gas from Russia and oil supplies from Russia for its electricity. The biggest fear we had was that we'd lose 30% of our electricity supply or something, and energy supplies. It's the same thing, is that the fear is down to the fact that we are so embedded with these tech companies now, and increasingly becoming so, that they have that power. Palantir, the guy, Peter Thiel, is a fucking nightmare. He's a weird Christian, gay, homophobic.
Not sure if the human race should continue.
He's an absolute nightmare. And yet ministers sit down with him
so
or his
ill.
representatives and say, here's the NHS data for you, basically.
Phil in the chat, different Phil, says, put it out there, I quite like AI, does the job, gets results, works well, why the fear? So I'll meet you halfway on this. I use AI to do little jobs, right? And it's really helpful to do that.
Yeah.
The objection isn't this, basically it's a glorified predictive text. I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with them stealing all our data without asking. I've got a problem with Google and Facebook reading everyone's book that's ever been fucking written and just stealing all that imagination and data and then trying to make something of it. I have an objection of people who use AI to make art. Like people who go, I'm an AI artist. I've made an AI actress. I've made an AI album. And I'm like, fuck off. It's just lift music. It's shite. It's got no soul. You're not going to be able to go and see an AI band play a fucking gig I was thinking about this. How would you do it? Would it be like the Gorillas? You'd go and watch the. Well, at least the Gorillas, when they played a gig, you know, Damon Albarn and his mate were actually there on stage behind the screen.
Yeah.
Playing
ABBA
instruments.
ABBA are not in that stadium that's full every night with their holograms, basically.
Yeah. But they
I
wrote
still
the
like
song.
watching Elvis in Blade Runner, you know. So it's just that clip of what leaves you wanting more.
I pitched an idea to a gallery the other day that I think there is an art form in writing prompts to create art or music. I think it's a lot harder work than you think.
Ooh,
And
okay. I
what
didn't
I pitched
expect
to
you to
this
say that,
gallery,
Mike.
what I pitched to the gallery was that you put up a tiny little, you know, A5 picture that's been created using AI, and then you do an A3 on canvas print of the prompt. Because I think the prompt is an art form. It's a whole new art form as well. Because, you know, one of the reasons I'm not really bothered about it from a artistic point of view or a creative point of view is that the reality is it's really hard to make it do things. It's not that it's shit. It's actually you can make good things out of it, but it's a lot of hard work, and you need to get your English and coding skills in a way up to scratch. So a lot of people are creating AI slop, and it is slop, and it's recognizably slop. You know, it's like all of the cartoons that you ask any of these AIs to do all look pretty similar nowadays. It's developing a style of its own as a cartoon, so that you can recognize them and go, yeah, that's done with AI. That was fine. I like to use it. I use it in the politics social group sometimes when an obvious visual joke comes up that I can't really be bothered. I'm only going to share it in that group, and I'm not going to spend 2 hours creating models and rendering it and doing whatever just for that quick gag that needs to be there really promptly.
I do that. I do that when I you know, in the politics social, I always knock up a kit graphic when Tan on the back of Tony Tower the other day. She said, God, you know, that's really good watching hands grow, but it's missing hands, she said. And I stuck a couple of big hands on the tower and then shoved it in the post. And she laughed, got my gag. Took me
exactly.
10
They're
seconds
quick
to make
visual gags, and that's fine.
Yeah.
A new art form will evolve using those tools. There will be new art form. I did it, you know, I got a lot of flack for it, actually. Well, a little bit of flack that I treated as a huge amount of flack. But I created a sea shanty for my grandson last week. And I did the animation, I wrote the song, and I got AI to actually perform the song because I can't sing, can't play any instruments. And I got some flack from people, you know, because I then did a post about the dangers of AI, and a number of people piled on saying, well, you used it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and yeah, I did, but I definitely would not have paid 3 Cornish singers to come and perform my shanty for me.
It can be used for really bollock stuff, right? I mean, you know, Steve Sticks, he always, when he does his show, he uses AI in the music at the beginning, doesn't he? He mentions all his patrons and what he's repairing in a really shit song at the beginning. It's funny. It's not, you know, and AI is not that up for him. And I think that, you know, that's what you can use it for, those kind of clever
Honestly, this is
the art.
Probably not the platform for it, but I developed a unifying theory of gravity and quantum physics this week. And I just sat there. I was in a lot of pain and very tired. And I sat there on the sofa and thought, okay, what am I going to do? And I got Gemini and ChatGPT to work together to help me develop this theory. And it's called the Dick's temporal relativity theory.
That's what this runs on.
Yeah. Well, that machine would be possible in my version of the universe, basically. But the thing that I found really interesting, it is a predictive tool. And it definitely has run away with itself over me. So I put together this idea. The concept is that we've got it all wrong in the way that Einstein recognized that Newton had got it all wrong when he took the speed of light into account and the bending of space-time. And I just postulated, what if time travels faster than light? That actually there is a speed of light, speed of time. And the way that temporal relativity works is that the Higgs field is the equivalent of an old CRT television screen. And what happens is there's a single electron. This is a Richard Feynman theory. There's just one electron. So every time we look at an electron or a negative electron, a positron, it looks exactly the same. It looks like it's exactly the same thing. We never see any difference in electrons. It could just be one. And that theory's been postulated. So my idea is that there is one single electron. It's eternal. It's been in existence forever, traveling backwards and forwards in time at the speed of time, which is 4.29 times the speed of light, and that we exist pretty much in a plane, which is the Higgs field, where that electron occasionally just hits the Higgs field and creates matter. And there's a transfer of energy. Anyway, the point is, that sounds like a really reasonable theory to me, right? I'm going, oh, I can believe that just as much as I can grasp the idea of space-time and the speed of light and everything else. But it actually fucking explains a lot of those things. And it explains a lot of the problems with physics, like dark matter, dark energy, the expansion of the universe, the fact that it's accelerating. We don't understand why. What happens in a black hole. It explains all of that. And once you start, I spent 4 hours working with Gemini to create the theory, and then got ChatGPT to pretend it was another scientist evaluating it. And it would come back with problems that I would then go to Gemini with and start trying to solve. And it's now got to a point that I don't understand this theory anymore because the maths is so complicated to explain it. But every time it comes back, it is telling me whether this is true or not. It is telling me that this theory is both testable and possibly explains the majority of the problems that we have with physics at the moment. Right? There is no way I could have even I might have come up with that idea in a pub at some point and said, so what if time travels faster than light? And that would be the end of it. That would just be the end of that conversation.
You should have put it
I've
through
now
Grok
developed
and it would have
two.
said it was woke, and that Elon could have come up with a better one.
My next test is going to be Grok, basically, to come up with it.
So next week.
But yeah, just so we know, this is the first public airing of it. So everybody in the chat, you may have just witnessed an Einstein moment where
it might be a beautiful thing. So did you look up, like, if this is, because you said Richard Feynman had already talked about this?
I saw a video with Richard Feynman talking about the single electron theory, basically, and it's it's just a way of explaining the fact that all electrons appear to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
All right. But if you then postulate that electron is traveling back, because the theory is that the negative version of an electron is traveling backwards in time, and that they annihilate each other. That's the reason that.
But earlier you said a negative electron was a positron. It's not. That's a positive electron.
Sorry,
electrons are negative, so you're wrong.
No. They're not called negative electrons. They're not called negative electrons. It's a positron.
Can you stop being so negative?
Because it weirdly
said the positron to the electron.
It has a positive charge, whereas the electrons that we see that make up matter have a negative charge.
Hey, Mike. Photon walks into a hotel, says, "Can you put me up for the night?" And the concierge says, "You got any luggage?" And the Photon says, "No, traveling light." Press the one button. I got the confetti out instead of the squeaky tank. Sorry. Physics jokers.
I think I may have just got off on a physics rant. For Ellie Butterfly Effect says Mike could play God in a film. He'd have to give up dicks.
Oh, mate, you'll never give up dicks. Come on. You're a Brighton man now.
I've had it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm now reading the comments because there
can
are
we
some
say
very
final
smart
show
people
2020s now? We'll be fine. Look, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's the AI can only digest what's already there, right? And it can only use what's already there to spot patterns and I mean,
I want to keep stressing it's not the AI we need to worry about. It's the men writing the AI.
Yeah. Or the AI
or controlling. Running the AI. It's those people. It is the Elon Musks, the Peter Thiels, the Zuckerbergs, even though Zuckerberg's AI is shit at the moment, basically.
Well, that's the thing. When the inshitification invariably happens to AI, it's already a bit shit. It's already a bit fucking frustrating and stupid. I mean, that example I gave a few weeks ago where I said, give me all the elements of the periodic table that have 6 letters. And it couldn't even fucking do that. That's pretty fucking simple, isn't it?
But when I look up stuff, I look up a lot of technical stuff. It's the most of the stuff in the AI bit that comes up first in the search it's almost always in the first link on Google anyway. It's never enough that I always have to go on and look.
Yeah.
It never gives me. I have never got the answer I needed from it. And it was,
But the-
it was like the problem. One of the organs I was working on had, and it was like, oh, it's that. It went, well, yeah, this is a common. The human organ has this capacity problem, and blah 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 blah. Blah. And well, that doesn't answer what I want. And well,
Yeah.
what's the problem? And it goes, blah, 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 and it just, so then I start to drill
Can I-
down and start looking at links and because I didn't answer it. It never fucking answers it. It never gives me what I want when I'm looking for something.
I just want to answer
So-
Smith 5796.
I thought you might.
Because this theory, temporal relativity, genuinely explains spooky action at a distance. It explains the thing that Einstein couldn't understand. He couldn't accept in quantum physics that that you could pass information from one atom, neutron, whatever, to another one anywhere else in the galaxy faster than the speed of light. And temporal relativity
It fixes
absolutely
that problem.
explains it. Fixes it because that electron is bouncing backwards and forwards in time for eternity, and we just see we're a side effect of that.
I always thought spooky action from a distance was watching a pair of ghosts have sex through a pair of binoculars.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Can I, Miss Paula Thomas? Thank you for the £5.
Thank
As
you.
Einstein himself pointed out, Newton got it right as far as he could go at his time. Essentially, Newton got the first term in what was a series, and that's absolutely right. The thing, I don't for 1 minute think this theory is right, but I think once you start doing what Einstein did, which say that Newton, based on observable evidence available to him at the time, came up with some theories and equations that explained the universe as we saw it at that time. And then once we started getting better telescopes, once we started getting better physics, Einstein sat there one day and went, hang on a minute, what if Newton was just showing what we could see, and the reality is different to that we're discovering, and I need to be able to explain that. And then subsequent to Einstein, Dirac and people like that came along and said, oh, hang on, this quantum stuff that your theories predict mean that you're also not seeing the universe the way it actually is. It's weirder than that. And once you start doing that and extrapolating that maybe time, because we still don't really understand what time is, so if it turns
Time
out
is a
that
cigarette.
it's just something we measure and it's relative and it's different for everybody.
We don't know what gravity is.
Yeah.
My theory explains it.
Time is the fire in which we all burn.
It entirely explains gravity and dark energy and dark matter.
Yeah.
Which is currently what is challenging physics on a major scale.
So, Emily I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I think it's Chatelet. She was a lover of Voltaire, and she was a fantastic scientist in her own right. She lived in the 18th century. She was born in 1706, and she died in 1749. So she was quite young when she died. She translated Newton's Principia from Latin into French, because he wrote it in Latin, and she corrected some of his mathematics.
Yeah.
And one of the things she corrected was she realized that energy wasn't motion times velocity. Energy was motion times velocity squared. So he came up, Newton, E equals mv. Emily du Châtelet, she came up with E equals mv squared. And then about 150 years later, along comes Einstein, and he says, no, it's E equals mc squared, because he realized that the speed of light is a constant.
I'm not going to reveal my equation, but it's as simple and beautiful as that, but it involves time. Somebody asked a question about, I'm sorry, I'm quite enjoying this being tested for the first time by real humans. Asked the question about if time traveled faster than light, surely we would see the past and the future at the same time. And the answer to that is, if you could actually get out of the Higgs boson screen that we're in, then yes, but we can only see things that travel at the speed of light. We can't see things that travel at the speed of time. But if you could cross that barrier, which arguably in my theory is when you go through a black hole, that happens, because a black hole is like a hole in the screen where the phosphor's burnt out, because the electron's been backwards and forwards so many times through that hole.
It's been backwards and forwards through the hole, Mike, like that, yeah?
Just like
the electron is doing this.
This is how you do popular science.
Yeah,
this is how you do popular science.
Okay, cool.
So imagine an electron going backwards and forwards for eternity through a hole like
through
this.
A big black hole, yeah. Nice.
That's a black hole. But in theory, if you could go through a black hole, so in my theory, if you could go through a black hole and survive and still be a thing, because you wouldn't, you'd enter the realm of time, traveling at the speed of time. But if you could enter that realm and observe, you would see everything in the universe all at once, which is a Douglas Adams line. Basically, it's the vortex that you go into in Douglas Adams, where you can see everything that's ever happened and whatever will happen in the universe all at the same time and experience the whole thing. But you couldn't, because you wouldn't exist in the form that we exist if you did that.
Oh dear.
Which is a great theory, because it's like so fucking mind-blowing that you go, okay, well, you'll never be able to prove this. Jump in a black hole and then give us a shout when you get to the other side.
We often talk about time travel, right? Obviously, and it's a big staple of science fiction. And I don't think you can travel into the past. I can't see that happening, because then it would have happened and it would have fucked things up. So, but we already know that you can travel into the future, because you just go somewhere where there's loads of fucking gravity, and the gravity affects time, Mike.
Yeah. Just go faster.
It dilates time. And
no, it doesn't. Your experience of the sea
back in
world.
time.
So Einstein postulated space-time, where he put time as the fourth dimension. And we still haven't got our heads around that 100 years later. We still think we live in a three-dimensional world, but we definitely live in a four-dimensional world that does involve our perception of time. But it doesn't change time. Gravity doesn't change time. It changes your perception within light space, which is what we exist in, which is we exist in space.
Oh.
Which is constrained.
Oh, you just stopped then. You just went, we exist in space, and then you just froze.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Trolling his dicks there, because we weren't sure, was he coming back? Was he going to...
I think that was really cool, because he just said, as you said, space.
Sorry, I've just been to the future.
Oh, how is it? Is it all right?
Trump gets re-elected in 2028.
No! I want off this timeline. Someone get me off this timeline.
Funnily enough, I've just been to the future, and we were doing a live stream on the night that he's elected, Graham. And I'm duty bound not to tell you what you did.
What did I do?
I can't tell you, because it will change the possible outcome.
Well, if you're going to shoot him, Graham, can you fill your house full of MAGA hats and pictures of Trump and books saying "I love Trump" and fake emails saying he's brilliant?
I just want Trump to go away. Can we get rid of him using your equation, Mike? Can we send him I don't know, future in time, so he's like 100 years old, and then he'll definitely cark it, won't he?
No, we can't, sadly.
If you had the power though to make people disappear, let's say you could just say, right, I want, Trump, and you make, Farage, and you have this power that you can start making people, because you believe that you can make the world a better place, because these people make people better in some regards, because it makes people pull together and fight and work as communities, and we all rise up. And so there is that sort of that side of it. But would you end up abusing that power? Let's say you wipe out the top 100 worst people on the planet, all the right-wing podcasters and Russian or nastiness and Trump, and you remove all the people that are having a terrible effect on the world. Would you stop? Or would you go, well, actually, he's got a red car, I don't really like him, and he puts his stuff in my recycling. When would you stop?
I think I just finished my list. I just go for my list, like my name is Earl.
Yeah,
I have a list, and I just once they're all gotten rid of.
When would enough be enough?
Well, I don't get that agitated with people who don't try and take me rights away from me. Do you know what I mean? Or go around killing people at a whim, or giving babies AIDS.
You're not killing them just for anybody that they just cease to exist. You're
just moving them in time.
What's the name of the character in Hitchhikers that becomes eternal and decides that he's going to spend eternity insulting everybody in alphabetical order?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to try and remember.
I am.
It's not Ulan Kalufat. He wrote the book about
God.
Yeah. It's Fenwick. Oh, what is his name? Have you looked it up, Mike?
See, No, I'm just seeing if I can beat you and
Jeez,
your
that's a hard name.
marvelous brain.
I've got a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's holding up the Nakatami Plaza here, but he's not in this one.
No, that's the first one.
Go get it. Are you looking it up in the book?
Bowrick Wowbagger.
Wowbagger. That's it. I wouldn't have got his first name, but I remember it being Wowbagger. And there was Broomfondle and Magic Thighs. Came up with the best names for people.
He did.
If you lived forever, that entirely is what I would do.
He wants to live. Oh, talking of living forever, my Highlander in 4K HDR arrived this morning. So that's my Saturday night watch.
The series or the original
Just
film?
the film,
The film.
but it's been all remastered, recut, directors, new scenes added, 4K.
The original film was awesome.
We got a £2 super chat from Miss Paula Thomas. Thank you so much, Miss Paula Thomas. Mike, look up that sign in BSL.
How do you look up something in BSL? How do you do that?
Just type it in online. I've got a book. Do you want me to go and get a book? I could go get a book.
How do I tell it what I was doing?
What? What?
Well, I'm sure she's suggesting I look up that in BSL, yeah?
Oh, it's this.
So what does that mean in BSL?
That's sex. That's sex in BSL. It's just two links. Yeah, you link. Oh, it's one form of it. There's loads of different things. There's more than one way to do a symbol.
Myth 5 never. What? How do we ban people from the chat? How do we do that?
Why would you do that?
Because Smith 5796 has not paid to say you are right about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is shite.
Blasphemy!
I just don't think that Smith 5796 should be allowed to make comments in the chat.
I think people are free to make any comments they like. I mean, even if they're completely wrong. Wrong.
He can happily say things like that if he pays for a super chat to say it.
Yeah,
so the only way
Smith, you take that back unless you pay for a super chat, and then you can say whatever the fuck you like. And L says, I fucked up the future. It's all my fault. I pissed on the flux capacitor.
Oh,
you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Classic mistake.
Yeah. And Chris says, right, I'm going to bed. Thanks for the show in the chat. Thank you very much, Chris. See you later.
Thank you, Chris.
I think we should call it a night because we are about to enter the witching hour.
Yeah, any booze for me.
Yeah, and it'll stop being the Friday night social. It'll be the Saturday morning slog.
Early morning.
Yeah. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's come up and joined us this evening for our chat about life, the universe, and everything.
Everything.
And lots more shit coming out about Trump over the next few days, I think. Will it shift the dial? I don't know, but I like the drip. I like the drip of just more bad things about Trump and his association with this known paedophile, because
keeps it on the agenda.
It's the only thing that cuts through.
Yeah,
they don't care about January the 6th.
So.
They don't care that he pardoned the fucking pipe bomber from January the 5th. They don't care that he's fucking sent his men out to go and take over an oil tanker like it's fucking, I don't know, Waterworld. Like they don't care about that. They don't care about children dying in Africa. They don't care about women dying because they can't have an abortion. They don't care about people not having healthcare insurance. They don't care about any of that. But pedos, they care about pedos.
They do.
Pedos and flags. That's it.
Yeah.
That's their entire life. Yeah. Pedos, wrestling, and flags. So, hopefully it'll just make Trump more and more popular. And looking at the local elections, the recent election results, and these little special elections that they're having, and there was one in Tennessee where they're down like 19 points.
Yeah. And a Democrat mayor won in Florida.
Yeah. Where they hadn't won in that particular place since, what was it, the early 90s, was it?
Yeah,
I think there's a shift
in
America, isn't there?
Yeah. Anyway, Mike.
We've got on that happy note.
Rachel, thank you so much for coming on the show this evening.
Good to see you in the socialites.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out. And I'll be back on Sunday with the Sunday sermon at 11 o'clock after the Sunday roast on Alex's channel, which I'm not on this week. Sad, I know. But so hopefully I'll see you there. If not, if I don't see you before, just have a great weekend. Go out, do what you want to do. Just as long as you're not hurting anyone, and it's the little things. Just take pleasure in the little things in life, because at the moment all the big things are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep on keeping on, and until I see you again, I'll just say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Bye.